Okay, I want you to know something, Andy.
Recording.
Uh-huh.
Alright, now I'm good. I'm recording. What's up?
If you had told me that one day I was going to do a Disney sequel podcast and then talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! On it, I would have nodded and said, yeah, that sounds just about right. Welcome to Direct-to-Video.
VHS?
The podcast where we pair movies like fine wine. I am your host and undead spirit from Egypt, Tony Bristow.
And I am your host and unfinished puzzle, Andy Reyes.
Man, if I'm going to be that entertained by every Yu-Gi-Oh! Reference, this is going to be a good episode for me.
I have never come off of two movies so fresh and so excited to talk about both of them. Usually I'm excited to talk about one, and the other one I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to feel by the end of this.
I cannot wait to get to the end of the second movie.
Oh my god.
I had forgotten that it happened, and I just began laughing and did not stop. It was amazing.
All right.
I also say this too. I watched both of these movies. I'm sure I watched the dubbed version of the Anubis movie at some point as a kid, but I more recently watched them, and more recently it's still like high school. Yeah. No, because the new one came out later.
But the new one came out 3 years ago. Then
I watched it 3 years ago. But I watched the sub version of both of these, and while I do think that's
it's definitely probably a better choice.
I think it's a better choice. I don't think that the English translation is, like, very good, but I'll say this. The English jokes are usually what got me. Like, the ones that were clearly added in the dub, where I was like, that's good.
There's a lot of them where it's like, the mouth is moving, they have to say something here.
Yes.
And there are others...
Okay, I want to say this about Pyramid of Light. The animation is, like, way worse than the Yu-Gi-Oh! TV show.
It's so bad. It's terrible.
And I guess I just don't know how that happens.
The thing about Pyramid of Light that blows me away is, one, is we have all of the recap of the beginning of the show.
Yes, which I actually do like. I get it because it's like, this is going to go out in theaters and it might be the first time people really interact with this, so you need to tell In fact, I thought that the beginning was the strongest part of Pyramid of Light, where it's like, okay, Yugi puts together the puzzle, magic happens, alright?
And also on top of that, it's like, there's a lot of parents here watching this shit for the first time. Like, we have to give them something. Like, they brought their kids and maybe a couple of their kids' friends, like, they drew the short straw, and it is so difficult following the plot of either of these movies. And I realized all of the series.
Did you?
I realized it because there was shit referenced in the next movie that I vividly remember, and I was like, I remember that happening. That was the end?
Yeah, like you recognize like the final duel and stuff.
Yeah, but I thought there was more show after that.
Well, they made a new show, but no.
I'm also realizing now, I watched it on Saturday morning TV, so I probably definitely watched a lot of it out of order.
Uh-huh. That tracks.
So, alright. Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, Pyramid of Light.
2 subtitles. Strongest way to do it.
It's great because when the movie, after we do the beginning bit, after the recap, when we get the title Yu-Gi-Oh!
Before you start, I would actually love to jump into this recap for a little bit because there are a few things. So I like that it reintroduced the core concept of the show. It has Yugi putting together his puzzle.
It really walks you through it.
And then it keeps cutting to people digging up Anubis's tomb. Which, by the way, movie casually posits that Anubis was a human person who then died.
Yeah, but also the movie kind of frames it like, oh, Yugi totally accidentally killed those archaeologists.
It does, but also, I don't know if you remember this from the show, the fact that when the Pharaoh comes back, his enemies come back is canon.
Yeah, no, I realize that.
Like, the reason Kaiba exists and the reason evil Bakura exists is both because he put the thing together.
There's some retconning that happens in the next movie.
Also, Karibo is portrayed as a villain. 0 out of 10, bad movie.
Oh god, I know that evil Karibo is still the most adorable goddamn thing. And it's like you guys couldn't pick any other monster. Like
they had other monsters there.
Yeah,
they
like
just
why not
zoomed
just
in on Karibo for some reason?
He's a fan favorite, man. I guess.
Karibo's a fan favorite. He got a new card when they did the sequel movie.
Well, we are gonna have to talk about this movie in the next movie because there is a thing. But first, let me finish this.
Also, one more thing. Then I promise I'm done with the beginning.
Okay.
I legit forgot that he yells Yu-Gi-Oh! In the dub.
Yeah.
And when he did that, I broke. Man, that's so stupid.
It's real bad. Yeah. While we're on the topic, though, I do love that when he's putting together this puzzle, that he just has notes all over the place for each individual piece.
Yeah, I mean, they say in the next movie that it took him 8 years.
That's insane. So, that's crazy.
It's a magic puzzle, dude.
Yeah, but that means that when he was 4, he got his hands on this shit, and he's just been going at it since.
6. I believe he's 14.
God, of course. Yeah, I guess.
Because he's in high school, but everybody thinks he's a middle schooler.
Oh man, all right. God, this timeline. The dub is all over the place. As somebody who watched the dub, the purported ages never really made sense. But it makes sense that he's 14.
Honestly, I thought that by the end of Yu-Gi-Oh! They had been out of high school for a little bit.
But no.
Because there were 5 seasons, and 2 of the seasons were spent in other countries.
Yes.
At one point, they go to America and then go to Egypt. And, I was a high schooler, and I never took trips that fucking long.
Yeah, my school rarely ever went past town.
But also, the first 2 seasons were, a few weeks each.
Yeah.
So you gotta remember stuff like that.
Shout out to the guy in the beginning of the movie in that intro sequence who just yells out, "This tube is cursed!" Ah, and then dies. That's some great ADR. We didn't need that, but we got it, and it was so clear. Oh, there's a narrator.
The narrator is. I actually liked the narrator. It was pretty solid. Like I said, I didn't hate the beginning of this movie.
Except he says it was never to happen 8
50 times.
Every time he said it, I'm like, but it did happen. But it happened.
It did happen, though. It was never to happen. And for a while, it didn't. But then it did. And they was like, it was never to happen. It reminds me of in the dub when they went to Egypt, everybody kept saying, "It shall be written, it shall be done."
Yeah.
Fucking, movie around that they play at Easter. 10 Commandments. The fucking 10 Commandments.
You were the second person who has brought up that the 10 Commandments is an Easter movie to me, and I've never had this experience.
It's a Passover movie. Passover's at Easter.
I know, I get it. I don't think I've ever actually seen the 10 Commandments movie.
Don't.
It's a classic, man.
It's not a good classic. Everybody lives in ruins.
Yeah,
that wasn't how they did.
No, I know, but I bet it looked really nice.
It's not a bad looking movie. The water effect is actually amazing because I learned how they did it, and it's great.
We've been talking for almost 10 minutes, and we haven't even gotten to the title of this movie.
All right, go for it.
So we get Yu-Gi-Oh, and then we get the movie, and then we get an entirely new title, Pyramid of Light. So this movie came out in 2004. It was published by Warner Brothers under their family entertainment label. 4Kids and Studio Jump basically were like, this is it. This is our chance to do the big time with our franchise. To
make a really genuinely bad movie. Genuinely, it seems like the least amount of effort went into it. The God cards in particular look terrible.
Each one has one thing that they do, and I think they copy paste that animation just everywhere. It's not.
It genuinely looks like they have still pictures of them that they Photoshop into moving.
Yeah.
It's very odd.
It's a movie that does feel also very 2004 for reasons we'll get into later.
Hey, did you like when they did the Pyramid of Light? They did the 2004 3D effects.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yes, I do have notes about that. This movie and the next movie have a lot of CGI, but the next movie's CGI is way better. And
yeah, it's much more solid.
It's also like artistically stylized in a way that I'm like, okay, sure. Like they're trying to do something with this.
The later Yu-Gi-Oh! TV shows use a lot of CGI. I think that whoever worked on it had a lot of experience with that.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
You go fuck yourself.
No, sorry. This movie's going to be released on Blu-ray this year.
That's a weird time to do it.
And next
if
month,
it were
actually.
Me, I would have released it when they released the new movie.
Hey, literally a month from now, Tony, you can own this movie on Blu-ray. Haven't you wanted to see this movie in fucking 1080-60?
No, it's a really hideous movie, and Blu-ray's not gonna help it.
But I want to be able to see it in sharp HD quality. Oh, man. Oh, Jesus. This movie came out in America first.
Honestly, that tracks.
I'm starting to think that this was a movie that was made by 4Kids.
An American-made movie that then they translated to Japanese. That would make sense. The weird spin-off TV show is that, too. Castle Monsters, where they do Pokemon, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, I'm getting here that it's produced and written by a bunch of Americans. And then it was directed and, I think, animated by a Japanese studio.
That really tracks, because this is some terrible stuff. Also, that makes sense to why Pegasus was there.
Yeah, because Pegasus shows up and I was like, the hell is he doing here?
Pegasus is genuinely the most fun thing in the movie.
Oh, he has the best lines, too.
Pegasus, like, every other word out of his mouth is a sick burn.
I feel like the voice actor was just taking a piss this whole shoot. So this movie spends, like, the first 5 minutes just really glorifyingly masturbating about how awesome Yugi is.
It does. I guess Yugi has some kind of up-and-coming TV spot, but he doesn't seem to know about it, which is weird.
Yeah, like, who produced this? Who made this, and why? It feels like a news station documentary about, like, your local hero, but it's so long.
And also, it's a bunch of people see it, and a lot of them don't seem to be local.
They're watching it, and they're like, I need to go fucking find this kid.
Yeah. Do we get to cut to Kaiba now?
We cut to Kaiba now? We cut to Kaiba also watching this, I think. He's also watching this, how awesome Yugi is.
No. Kaiba is fighting Yugi.
Is that what's happened? Oh, right. This is oh my god. This is the duel, the simulated duel?
Yeah.
Right? Which I cannot believe. We'll talk about it when we get there. So we have this simulated duel between Kaiba and Yami Yugi specifically, where he No, I'm getting my movies confused.
Yes, you are. The other movie, I genuinely think that the best duel in that one is a simulated one. In this movie, in this movie, Seto Kaiba, and this is true in both movies, is the saddest person. He has programmed taunts into his card game simulation.
It is... I think it's more depressing in this one because he's not actually doing anything, right? Like, he's just standing there watching. And then these scientists are like, well, he's too powerful. We can't. We need more time to simulate his power. And Kaiba's just like, you know what? You all need more time getting better resumes because you're all fired.
Yeah. They keep on talking about calculations, and I'm like, what calculations are there?
What?
Obelisk can get infinite attack points, so don't attack him.
It's not even a number. It's so big. It's that big. It's not a number.
They're like, but what if we double Blue Eyes Ultimate's attack points? Well, 9,000 isn't fucking infinite, is it, asshole?
Yeah. You also,
These guys could be replaced by a $2 calculator.
These guys could be replaced by a 2-year-old. If you go up to a 2-year-old and you say, "All right, how much are you gonna hit me with?" "Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna hit you with infinity," and the 2-year-old's gonna be like, "That's not fair." Bam!
And it's not.
And it's not. And all 4 scientists are fine. Man, we just start right in the middle of this bullshit. I do love, though, that in this simulation, fucking Yugi's like, "There's more power than attack points. Now watch as I give myself infinite attack points and show you true power."
I believe that's because Kaiba knows that Yugi would talk about how there's more power than attack points, but does not know what that actually means.
Mm-hmm.
And so he says that, and then the simulation's like, okay, so attack points, right?
Oh, man. I do love that we're about to be introduced to Maximilian Pegasus, who's the best thing in this movie. But Absolutely. I will say that what Maximilian Pegasus is in this movie, Kaiba becomes in the next movie, which is an arbiter of amazing one-liners. So,
yeah. 100% true.
An invisible man that's never explained, right? Like,
yeah, Anubis. Okay, so Anubis has apparently so much power for a dead guy.
He has, and yet it has taken him so long to actually do anything with it. I guess he was just biding his time or whatever. God bless the Wikipedia for giving me the riddle, the prophecy that the movie has, because I wouldn't have remembered it. I didn't write that shit down.
It's dumb, and I immediately forgot it. I want to say I really like that Pegasus, because the invisible man comes into his room while he's asleep, and Pegasus has this dream vision.
Yes.
And I really like that Pegasus, the character least involved in the plot, is the one to have a vision about it.
Yeah.
In a better movie, that could actually be, like, really good. But in this was like, oh, that's interesting. And then the movie was, like, continued to be pretty basic and terrible.
Pretty not great. So after he wakes up from this vision, he says that he needs to stop having white wine spritzers before bed? Dude! Like, that is not something, like, consuming alcohol before you go to sleep is never really a great time. But it seems like he purposefully is like, bedtime, time for my white wine spritzer.
Well, we see earlier that he is drinking a red wine spritzer. Or not earlier, later, but earlier in the day.
Oh, so he just switched colors?
I think Pegasus is constantly drunk.
Oh, he's a functioning alcoholic.
This is something I also really like. I don't know if you remember this, but there's a scene that I remember so vividly from when I was a kid, where he's eating gorgonzola cheese and drinking red wine. Yes. But he says it's gorgonzola cheese and cranberry juice.
Yes.
And that's like, it was so unintentionally funny to me, because they did it on purpose so the kids wouldn't think he's drinking alcohol. But I thought, he's supposed to be drinking alcohol, but he said cranberry juice. And it was later that I was like, wait, they just did that.
Yeah, like, that's definitely feels like a TV thing, where somebody somewhere said that he couldn't say wine.
I guess in a movie, he can be drinking actual wine.
Movies are bound by different rules than television. I know that for sure. So yeah, it makes sense.
It's probably why you can never say somebody's going to die on TV, Yu-Gi-Oh! But in this, you can show 3 or 4 people being sealed in a tomb.
Oh man, a good amount of people just bite the dust.
Just a solid
at the beginning of this movie.
Solid number of people.
A good archaeologist expedition just gone.
But I guess some of them survive because that mummy does make it to Domino.
We cut from Maximilian Pegasus to Yuki's grandpa, who, remind me, wasn't this guy like an Egyptologist once upon a midnight jury?
Yes, he got the Millennium Puzzle from the Pharaoh's tomb.
Yeah, so why is he finding out about this brand new Egypt exhibit in the local paper?
It does seem weird. I guess he doesn't have his ear to the ground anymore. That's not true. He's friends, canonically, with the guy who runs the museum.
Exactly. It's like, that's where the first duel happens in the show.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, you are the expert on this shit, man. This movie is so badly paced. So if it feels like we're jumping around, it's legitimately the movie's just all over the place. So uh Seto Kaiba gets into his plane.
Yes. Okay, I have a question. I have a question. Does Kaiba have to pay Pegasus? Did Kaiba have to pay Pegasus in order to build that
royalties?
Jet? And does he have to pay Pegasus so many other royalties for the fact that Blue Eyes White Dragon is his brand now?
It's his personal brand. Well, maybe I think if you're Seto Kaiba and Maximilian Pegasus, they probably just dueled over it. I'll duel you for my brand.
Yeah, that's
probably
gonna
be this whole podcast, by the way.
My favorite fucking dumb part happens right here because I forgot that Kaiba gets his own punk rock song.
It's amazing. It is amazing. It's called You're Not Me, and it might be the worst 10 minutes of awful music. I thought the end of this movie really gut punched me. With a lot of
wait, I'm sorry. We had very different childhoods. You did not know that there was an entire CD filled with this stuff?
No! Dude.
It's like Sonic levels of butt rock.
Sonic music is better than this.
That hurts.
And here's the best part though here's why. And I'm going to tell you why, Tony, is because in a Sonic game, when the lyrics kick in, I get excited.
Why?
Because it's letting me know that shit's getting real, that I'm going so fast.
Don't say if I were you.
but in this movie, when the lyrics kick in, I started crying. I was like, he gets his own shitty rock song. Of course he does. Of course. And it sucks so bad.
How things would be if you were in my shoes. God, what a terrible song. It's so great. I love it.
It's called You're Not Me, and that should tell you everything about the quality of this song. Like, this is like Blink 182 levels of like teenage bullshit.
It does, but it's about a rich guy, which makes it so much weirder in my mind.
It's true.
It's like he's got fucking everything, and he's throwing a tantrum.
At this point, we're 15 minutes into this movie, and 10 minutes of it have been about Kaiba, and I'm loving it. So he gets to he just flies to Maximilian Pegasus's mansion.
He doesn't have a mansion; he's got a castle.
It's an island castle. It's his own private castle island.
Yep.
And Maximilian is just lounging around, showing people his eye hole and stuff.
Pegasus, I love this, casually shows off his empty eye socket to Kaiba, because I don't think Pegasus likes Kaiba. I don't know if you picked up on this.
Well, I do.
But he's constantly dissing him, and then he like shows him his gross eye.
Gross eye. He does. Maximilian Pegasus's life is defined by two things. One, look at my gross face hole. And two, hey Kaiba, how does it feel to be fucking having your life rocked by a child for 3 years? For 3 years!
Kaiba's also a child, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, barely.
No, he's just like really tall.
He's just really tall. Is that canon? Oh, guess who's going to the Yugi wiki, motherfucker?
I honestly don't know how old Kaiba is. In the beginning of the show, he and Yugi went to the same high school.
That's horse shit.
But I don't know if he graduated first or if Kaiba was just like, hey, I'm rich.
Who are all these people? I don't care about these people. All right, where is he? Where's my boy? All right, I remember this version of Kaiba when he had green hair. He is not given an age.
Perfect.
Wow, awesome.
That was worth it.
God damn it. And also, I do not know how tall this is in feet. Oh my god.
He's like 6'7" or something, right?
Yeah, dude, he's insanely tall. He's about, well, he's not 6'7", but he's like 6'2".
Okay.
Which is pretty tall.
That tracks. This is actually very tall for a Japanese person, I think.
I think he's very tall for most people.
Yeah. So this is important. Pegasus bottles his own wine and puts Toon Monsters on the labels. He has one from 1982, which means he's been doing this for a while. I'm just gonna mention it. I don't know what to do with this information.
Okay. Just thanks for mentioning it. There's a wonderful exchange here where Kaiba just yells out, "We're not friends," and Maximilian says, "Sounds like you need a hug." And then he spends the rest of this scene just constantly reminding Kaiba of his failure to beat Yugimoto, sorry. His name isn't King of Games, his name is just King of
And
Moto.
we'll figure out what he's the king of later, I guess.
He's the king of motorcycles, which is just a secret hint of the future. It was all foreshadowing.
Uh-huh. So then I believe we cut back to Yugi.
Yes, they're at school. They're like leaving school, I guess. Like school just let out. And there's like a crowd of people who are like basically just all there to challenge Yugi to a duel.
I want to put this forward. They are all posers. They're all like not good at this.
They are so bad at this that they can't even beat Joey. And I've played the video games. He's not that hard.
I mean, Joey in the video games has a power deck. So he's actually one of the harder guys just because he has high attack monsters.
Mm-hmm.
But also, Joey is canonically like the third best duelist in a city full of duelists.
I mean, yeah, but you wouldn't know it looking at the guy.
That hurts, man.
I don't know what Joey's personality is in the original anime.
Well, he's like a street tough, but he's like reformed.
So he's like a reformed criminal, great? Because in this, he's just an idiot.
Yes, I think he's also like not that smart. But like, do you remember how like he and Yugi met because he was bullying him?
I just said that he was an idiot. And then you said, well, I also think that he's not that smart.
Right, I meant in the subbed version, I think he's... In the original, I don't think he's that smart. I don't think that was something added in.
I thought that you meant...
He's an idiot and also not that smart.
And I was like, oh shit, dude, that hurts. That hurt me and I'm all the way over here.
That's not what I meant. I think in the American version, they played up the idiot thing. But, like, I honestly, what I think he's supposed to be is, like, he's the everyman in this TV show.
I mean, he's not, though, because he's got the thickest Brooklyn accent.
Well, that's a problem for translators. I don't know. I can't tell you what kind of accent he had in Japan. It's impossible for me to know.
The thing is like, usually, from what I vaguely remember, like, I'm not an expert on this, but, like, usually, like, street toughs will have, like, a... kind of like a simplified country dialect sometimes if they're like a super tough guy. And then the way
But I can't actually pick those out, so.
Me neither. But, like, I don't know. It really depends. But I don't know. You rarely ever get such a thick, just, like, I'm walking here accent.
Hey, I'm walking here.
It's so bad. It's laid on very thick. And I have to assume that it was just a decision somebody made and they had to stick with it for the last 12 years.
Well, it's like how Bakura's English.
That also doesn't make sense.
You know what really doesn't make sense? The fact that he's English and then they establish in the movie that he's Egyptian. Or that he spent a lot of time in Egypt.
Yeah, you would think he would have, had more of an... Well, I mean, all those fucking Egyptian kids have perfect American accents, so who knows? Who knows,
That's
man?
also true. They also have some fucking American-ass names, and I did not stop to look it up because I could not remember if those were their actual names.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever, it's not important.
Pegasus takes Kaiba down to his duel dungeon, which is
I want to mention really quick, actually, before we switch over.
Yeah.
Pegasus does have a special duel dungeon.
It's like, go down a hallway to the right is his sex dungeon, to the left is this duel dungeon.
You can't get those mixed up.
You can't get them mixed up, and he has before.
Because he often brings children into his duel dungeons.
Oh, no!
Well, remember, Kaiba is, I believe, a minor.
Kaiba is... He's possibly a minor, you're right.
And you don't want to bring a minor into your sex dungeon.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous game.
Because then they'll start digging stuff up. Okay.
Bones.
Decided I'd let that land on its own. So... Oh... I just wanted to mention that the one guy that we see dueling Joey has one of the most unsettling cards, in my opinion, which is Injection Fairy Lily.
Oh, yeah.
The nurse monster with a big old syringe who her ability is to make her syringe get really big and stab you with it.
It's very phallic in a weird way, but also he makes the most grotesque moan when he summons her, and I was not about it.
Yep.
So Pegasus takes
Back to Pegasus' special duel dungeon.
He takes him down to his duel dungeon. Do you remember what he tells Kaiba? Do you remember the words that he says exactly? Because Kaiba says something about how, all right, let's get to it, let's fucking start dueling, and Pegasus says, let's not get nasty just yet. He
say that
in this kid's movie. I haven't watched or played a Yu-Gi-Oh! In a long time, and I doubt I ever will for the rest of my life. God forbid, you know. But I forgot about the face down card mechanic, which is
why
a very
don't
good
you
mechanic.
guys, if you guys want to
challenge,
leave us a review, and if you leave us a review and beg Andy to duel, I will make Andy duel.
You know what? Yeah, you know, if there's sufficient clamoring for it, but I'm just letting you know I don't know any of the advanced mechanics, right?
The advanced mechanics, like putting a card face down?
Yeah, dude, that's some insane shit.
The only thing, Andy, that people remember about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the fact that you can activate a trap card.
Yeah, but I forgot that you put it down on the field. I thought you just pulled it out of your hand, which they do in this movie also.
Like a criminal?
Like I meant to put it face down, but, you know, I just kept it in my hand and activated it whenever.
It's kind of absurd that Pegasus lost his mind reading powers but still uses the same strategies. You'd think he'd switch it up.
Maybe he thinks he's just... I mean, he has a very specific deck.
Yeah, he summons Tomb Gemini Elf and Tomb Dark Magician Girl, who are new Toon monsters at this point. Toon Dark Magician Girl will go down in history as the only Toon monster that is not terrifying.
Yeah, all of the other Toon monsters are distressing, to say the least.
Toon Dark Magician Girl looks like a little girl.
It's just a chibi. He also later summons a Toon Blue Eyes White Dragon. We're not going to do a play-by-play of these duels, right?
No. I just wanted to mention them, because I figured if I didn't, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't, no.
Yeah.
Kaiba is very extra during this duel, but his closing line is copyright infringement, to say the least.
I love his closing line. I want to credit to whoever wrote "That's all, folks" when he defeats Pegasus, because that's great.
Is that legal? Is he allowed to say that?
Well, it's owned by WB, so yes.
Oh, that's right, WB. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So they knew.
The card Kaiba uses to win is Return from a Different Dimension. Keep an eye on this card, folks. It's gonna come back.
Hey, this is some foreshadowing.
This is actually, I think, the strongest bit of storytelling in the movie. The fact that he uses Return from a Different Dimension here and then later, because I had forgotten that, and it's a good, like, Chekhov's gun, because you don't realize it's a Chekhov's gun.
The best writing in this movie, the best writing in this movie is, unironically, the battle scenes, because they're fun.
I was really annoyed during the later duel how often we cut away from it to show, like, characters not doing anything.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know.
This all could be cut, and they could just be playing the game, and we could watch shit happening. There were duels in the TV show that lasted, like, 6 episodes.
Yes.
They couldn't stretch it out.
Okay, what happens after this? So, Kaiba obviously defeats Pegasus, and he says, oh, you have 2 cards in here. Ah ha ha ha, you devious bastard. And he leaves, and Pegasus is like, what? 2 cards? I only have 1 card. I only had 1 thing. But it's too late.
Bye.
Yeah, Kaiba had already hopped into his Blue Eyes White jet and flew away.
So, Yugi and Taya, in an attempt to get away from the crowd of duelists,
go on the worst date ever.
I'm sorry, do you know that this is a reference to the one date they had?
Yes.
Okay. Now they go to the museum, and they see a dead guy.
They see a dead man with a dagger, and his grandpa's there too.
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
He super does not need to be in this movie.
I love that he's super not in the next one.
I feel like they could have given him something to do in the next one, but it's okay that they didn't. Because he doesn't need to be in this movie
he really
or the next one.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the next one just enough for me to go, oh, hey, they changed his voice actor, and that's depressing. Now they read this foreboding prophecy.
I hate that prophecies rhyme in American dubs. They always rhyme, and it's always forced, and this prophecy is written in Egyptian, so it fucking wouldn't. I'm just saying, even if it originally rhymes...
Maybe his grandpa's just really good at, like, coming up with this on the fly. Like, he's a really good, like, improv rapper.
This is the one reason they need him, by the way, because he's the one who can read this
Read
stuff.
Egyptian. You think he would have taught it to his grandson.
Yeah, but he didn't.
Also, they could have gotten Bakura to do it.
Bakura is not in this movie.
Not in this movie.
Just too bad.
So it says, "The eye that sees what's yet to come, its vision shall be fulfilled, unless blinded by events predetermined, thus light and shadows both be killed."
Hey,
Ooh.
question.
What's up?
Let's say tomorrow you were to die.
Okay, sure.
But don't worry, you've planned ahead.
I'm excited.
You are going to come back from the dead in, let's say, 3,000 years.
Let's round it up to a cool 5,000.
Okay, depending on which country, we will do that. So, you do the right things. You build a tomb. You get a sarcophagus. You just gotta make sure you're safe
all set to
for
go.
a
Yeah,
few thousand years. Where do you put the prophecy that tells everybody how to kill you?
Oh, well, you don't put it anywhere.
Smart. Yes. You know what? Yeah.
Okay.
Who wrote this on the side of this coffin?
Okay, but we have to remember that the movie does mention later that, like, he didn't die. The pharaoh killed him. So I assume the pharaoh maybe just went in there with, like, an EpiPen, or not an EpiPen, like a chisel, and was like, with an EpiPen.
One, this is why we know that this movie is non-canon, because the pharaoh did not have enough time to kill this guy and the next guy who showed up. Two,
he was too busy killing, like, 7 other people.
Why would they mummify him? This isn't a guy you want in your afterlife. Fuck this guy.
Oh, I've seen The Mummy. They're just mummifying everybody. It's not like it's not like it's expensive and hard to do.
I'm just saying that.
No, I get you. I agree with you completely. It's really fucking stupid. Also, it posits that Anubis was an actual person,
an
who
actual
had to be
human
murdered.
person.
Who fucking made this guy the god of death?
It seems like a bad move.
It really does.
Also, the really funny thing for me is that technically Osiris is the god of death, but there is no Osiris in the translated version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because they changed his name to Slifer.
At this point, we get the title drop, because we get there's like a Millennium puzzle that's not, it's like a glass one, but it looks the same, but upside down and made of glass, and it's called the Pyramid of Light. Oh, title drop.
But don't worry if you missed it. They'll say it again.
They're going to say it so many goddamn times, you guys. But before they can get a closer look at any of this shit, an invisible being knocks him out and breaks free the puzzle and the body and everything.
Yeah, this is important to me because you can see that the glass case has been broken into because there's glass on the inside of the case.
Yes.
Which really fucking annoyed me as somebody who, like, occasionally watches a crime show.
And it's like, who's doing... There's clearly an invisible body person.
Yeah, there's somebody who's not this mummy who broke the mummy out. Wait, do we...
We never find out who this invisible thing is.
No, not that. Do we ever see the mummy again?
Well, yes, we see it inside of the Millennium Puzzle.
How did...
I don't know. Dude, you're asking the wrong guy. So at this point, Yugi has a vision.
That's not how bodies work. Because everybody else goes to the Millennium Puzzle, but their bodies are outside.
I don't know.
You can't just store a person in the Millennium Puzzle.
Either way, Yugi has a vision of
it's
the end of the movie.
It's so dumb. Yes, he does. He has a vision of Kaiba being attacked by Anubis after the pharaoh collapses. Or Yugi collapses, I guess. Because it's never clear to me, like, Yugi sees this, right? So how does he see looking at himself from the outside? At this point, they're still basically the same person.
Well, yeah, because they still don't know the pharaoh's name at this point, right?
Yeah, they don't learn his name till, like, the last 4 episodes or something. So Yugi decides to go warn Kaiba.
Yes.
And Mokuba just pulls up
Deus Ex Mokuba.
Deus Ex Mokuba. In a scene that I assume is supposed to be referencing the first episode. Because there's the bit where, like, Kaiba basically kidnaps Yugi's grandpa from
Oh, yeah, that's right. From the game
Yeah.
shop.
Yeah. Drives him up. He goes to the Duel Dome.
The Duel Dome.
It's called a Duel Dome. And then, as Yugi goes up the elevator to the Duel Dome, we see Kaiba, who I choose to believe, there's some background music behind Kaiba as he walks down this line of holographic monsters, none of which are the monsters that I believe Kaiba would choose.
No.
Because they're all like monsters in Joey's deck. And I guess they're here because we're not going to see those monsters. There's some butt rock background music being played.
Oh, man, it's real good.
I assume that it's actually like on a loudspeaker and Kaiba's walking through the Duel Dome like a pro wrestler.
As Yugi gets into the car and leaves, there's a short cut before we get to where Kaiba does his very dramatic entrance.
Mm-hmm.
His fucking like WWE 2018 cage match entrance. Where Joey says, "I smell trouble," and then Tristan says, "Actually, that's me. Sorry about that." And then it cuts, and I'm just like, why? Why is this line of dialogue there? Like, it's a pretty good joke, I guess, but it doesn't...
It's not a great joke. In general, I think fart jokes need to be deployed very well.
They really do. Or even just, just hygiene jokes. How long is this movie? This movie is 90 minutes long. Okay. Oof, it feels longer than that.
Yeah, the next movie is like 2 hours long, but there's a lot of shit happening.
The next movie is so long, and I didn't feel a minute of it. Like, I did, the first 30 minutes, I was like, there's no way this movie's 2 hours long, and then it was over, and I was like, oh. It uses its time wisely. We got another title drop here.
I'm sorry, I suddenly got, like, winded.
Surprisingly, we're not even halfway into this movie. I think from this point on, the rest of the movie is basically this duel.
Yeah, we're 35 minutes into the movie when the main duel starts. I wrote it down because that's such a long time. Because nothing happens before this, really. The duel between Pegasus and Kaiba, I think, is worthwhile. And kind of nothing else.
Everything else is just filler, right? Like, we all know that this is where we're going to end up.
So Yugi walks into the Duel Dome. I think Joey and Tristan got there somehow.
They get there, and Mokuba lets them in.
Right. And then Kaiba says, "Seal all of the exits. Congratulations, this is now a kidnapping."
Well, he is a kid, so it's not a kidnapping, like, in
hey,
that term.
Andy, this is not the first time he has pulled this shit. He has kidnapped so many people, and he will again.
And he
many
will
times
again.
in the next movie.
And I'll kidnap you again. He really wants to duel, and eventually forces Yami Yugi to do it, and they start dueling.
Yeah, there's some basic stuff. There's some new cards that are like continuations of old cards, like Magician's Valkyrie looks like Dark Magician Girl, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then we get to Yugi summons Slifer.
Yes.
Yugi summons Slifer. Kaiba makes him summon the other two god cards.
Obelisk and Ra.
And then... this duel definitely should have taken place outside.
Oh, the property damage, man.
Here's the thing. The god cards canonically do cause property damage, and Kaiba should have taken that into account.
He should have like... Actually, wait a minute. Let's go to my outdoor duel dome.
He definitely has an outdoor duel dome. I don't know why you said it like that.
It's got more space, less buildings around.
Kaiba is the kind of person who would duel on the roof. He's done it before.
He dueled on the roof of his company.
He's dueled on actually a lot of roofs.
He has.
Now that I stopped to think about it.
Isn't there one where, like, they're dueling and he's like, but if you defeat me, Yugi, you'll knock me off of this roof?
Well, yeah.
And I'll die.
In the subbed version, he's like, I'm just gonna jump.
Okay, cool.
That's in Duelist Kingdom. That's at the castle. He steps on a rampart.
It's so stupid, but I love it.
Yeah, he should be dueling on the roof again. Anyway, he activates the Pyramid of Light, which, like, really fucks up everything.
Is it raining outside at this point? I think it is.
I want to say yes, because that's what happened in the first episode, and I feel like this part was supposed to mirror it. At any point, it like starts. I think it starts raining or storming when the Pyramid of Light is played. So, the Pyramid of Light traps both Yugi and Kaiba in a pyramid.
while
of light.
also destroying the god cards.
Well, so yeah, it traps the god cards outside of it, and they like.
I'm sorry,
like,
I
reach
just interrupted
forward and
you.
get zapped.
What geometric shape are they trapped in, and what is it made of again?
You know, it's a little bit hard to keep track of, but I'm fairly certain it is a pyramid, but of light.
Oh man, that's different from other pyramids.
It is a little bit.
It's
I'm
a
glad
little
you
bit,
noticed.
but there is one part of this pyramid that is different from other pyramids, and it's got a fuck all eye.
It does.
Just right on, bam, right there in the center of it.
It's got a fuck all eye that, for reasons completely unclear, sucks Joey and Tristan into it.
It also sucks Yugi into it, into the Millennium Puzzle specifically.
Right. Somehow, the Pyramid of Light, in being played, has, like, broken into the puzzle.
For a brief hot moment when they wake up, I'm like, have I already seen this? And then I remembered all of the episodes where Yugi is trapped in the Millennium Puzzle, and I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, no, there's just, the puzzle, they just come back to the puzzle a few times.
At this point, we're introduced to the mechanic of this duel, which is if you die in the game, you die in real life.
Yes, my favorite part about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that many times in the series, if you die in the game, you die for real, and everybody takes it 100% seriously. I love it. I love that at no point somebody's like, but actually, that's dumb. They're like, no, buzzsaws? That's terrible! Because it is terrible.
It is terrible. It's pretty bad. But also, nobody actually, like, they take it seriously, but they also don't take it as seriously as maybe they should.
There's that one time that Joey died.
Yeah, but he came back, and it's Joey. Who cares?
Wow.
Like,
I can't believe you hate the Everyman so much, Andy. You and your ivory tower. You in your pyramid of light.
In my pyramid of light, judging
That's
all
what
of
I'm going
you.
to say instead of ivory tower from now on.
From now on, me atop my pyramid of light. So we get some classic mummy action while we're inside.
We do. Tristan
Millennium
yells
Puzzle.
zoinks, which is
does.
solid.
He does yell zoinks, and I was like, you know what? If anyone's gonna say it, it's gonna be the Everyman.
I guess Tristan could be the Everyman.
He kind of
Joey's
is.
the Everyman who duels, though.
Remind me again. I thought he started dating, or was dating, or is dating Joey's blind sister. Is that a thing?
Sort of. He and Duke were, like, both after her.
Oh, right. Duke Devlin.
Also, she's not blind, like, by the middle of that season.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, at this point, Yugi, Joey, and Tristan have met up, and Yugi does something which everybody else has done. And you know what? This is the point where I made the note, but it will happen at least 3 more times. Which is, somebody explains Anubis' plan.
Yeah.
Andy, what is Anubis' plan? Why don't you explain it one time?
I wouldn't be able to tell you because I don't remember.
Anubis' plan is to come back
movie,
from the dead,
today.
defeat the Pharaoh in a duel.
Yes.
And use his life force to come back for real and then destroy the world.
And destroying the world is very explicitly his endgame, and I hate it whenever, like, if you're not fucking Dr. Evil in those terrible Austin Powers movies, you need to have something more. You can't just want to destroy the world if you live on it.
You know, that is fair. There's a reason that he could want to destroy the world, kind of.
Like if he was actually Osiris, god of the dead?
No, if he was like... I was thinking more of the Zork stuff. You remember Zork?
The game?
No, although I'm pretty sure the name is taken from the game. All right, I'm just gonna set this up really quick. When they first introduced Bakura in the original manga, he DM'd a game for them in which he turned them all into their characters and proceeded to try to kill them.
Yes, I remember this now.
And the bad guy in that was Zork, which I think is a reference to Zork. But then it's revealed way later that Zork is actually the real name of the spirit in the ring.
That's a very dumb name.
He's like the god of darkness, and he wants to destroy everything.
Okay, cool. That's fair.
So, I don't know, if Anubis was like a priest of Zork or something, but it doesn't actually make that much sense. I'm giving him more credit than he deserves.
Like, I will get to this, but his plan not like doesn't work, but also I guess he didn't need it to work because he just comes back.
Yeah,
like, fuck all for any reason.
They do that final boss thing where there's another final boss after he beat the final boss, but it doesn't actually make sense because he pretty explicitly needed Yugi's life force to come back. And so it's not clear how he could have managed to do that when nobody died.
Yeah, because everyone is still alive.
And fine. Everybody's just afraid of rocks being thrown on them, but they're fine. Like when Pegasus stole people's souls, it made him more powerful. This was not true for this guy.
He never even gets a full soul, though, right?
No, he doesn't. Everybody just leaves. They're not even stuck there. They're in the Millennium Puzzle.
At this point, the duel's been going on for a while, and both Yugi and Kaiba have taken some damage, and they're dying in real life. And, the Pharaoh's like, we need to stop playing this game because we're gonna die.
Yes, he's like, Kaiba, this is definitely not like a regular game. Kaiba's like, no, you just want to lose.
I'm gonna win, and you're gonna feel so dumb. And then the Pharaoh says, your ridiculously overinflated ego blinds you from the truth. And I love this line, because at some point in the beginning of the movie, Kaiba calls somebody, what does he say? He calls somebody, like, pompous and a windbag, and it's like, dude, Kaiba, you can't call other people pompous or a windbag when you're you.
A windbag, come on. Everything you do has your own name on it.
Name on it. Your own name.
Okay, so he does this thing where, like, his one monster has a knife and, like, multiple times stabs Yugi.
It's very grotesque.
The reason Yugi is crying out is because it feels like he's being stabbed. And then he's like, ha, feel the sting of defeat, Yugi. And it's like, no, man, he was stabbed.
I'm feeling the sting of your knife. So Kaiba, and I love this, like, I do love that Kaiba's hubris and his plan is so big and so arrogant that even Anubis himself couldn't foresee Kaiba's stupid, awesome plan.
Kaiba's like, I need to beat him perfectly. And Anubis like, no, what? No. The whole thing was the pyramid of, I need the pyramid.
And you could have beaten him so long ago.
Just win the game, man.
So Kaiba summons Blue Eye Shining Dragon, which is the card they gave out in the theater.
Blue Eye Shining Dragon, he cannot be affected by other cards unless you want him to. And he powers up for every dragon in the graveyard, but you have to sacrifice Blue Eye's ultimate for him. So pretty hard to summon, but if you get him on the field, you're pretty solid. In the movie, he also has the ability to blow up and destroy any other card.
Yes.
And the reason he doesn't have that in the game is because that's genuinely like a bad ability.
Yeah, it's not great.
That's a terrible trade-off.
But the reason he does it is because he has a plan, because he won't be satisfied unless he defeats Yugi with his own god cards. So he moves to destroy the Pyramid of Light, but wait, what's this?
What is it?
It's Anubis.
Oh, yeah, it's Anubis! He goes to destroy a Pyramid of Light, and the Pyramid of Light is, like, too strong.
No, I'm so sorry. We skipped too far ahead. I completely forgot that out of nowhere, Maximilian Pegasus shows up and explains Anubis' plan!
He does, but then he says, after he explains the plan, he says, I looked it up!
And it's like,
oh!
How do you know this?
Do you know the best part is he explains it to
Grandpa and Taya and Mokuba.
Grandpa already knows, and I think he explained it to Taya.
And also, Mokuba saw what was happening.
Yeah, this is completely unnecessary. Oh, and then again, Yugi explains the plot. I don't know why. Yugi seems to explain it like 3 times on his own to people who already know. And I was like, stop,
no, once
please,
he explains
please
it to himself in his head. When he figures out the prophecy, that's when he goes through it again, but to himself, and no one else is hearing him. But this is when we get Angel Taya as well.
Okay, so Taya jumps out of a helicopter. I know that she doesn't actually jump, but she seems to try to. So she could call back to her own friendship speech. And I was like, get a fucking life, Taya.
Taya, hey, like, we get it. Like, you're friends. You need to get different friends. You've been hanging out with these 3 way too fucking much.
Hey, that was actually, I believe, my last note in the next movie. Oh no, it wasn't the last one.
It can't be the last one because you get gut punched with the best cliffhanger in history.
But one of my last ones was maybe Teo will make some female friends at her dance school.
At her dance school. I forgot she was a dancer, and when they brought it up, I vividly remembered that date episode where they do DDR.
Yep.
Because that episode's dumb.
That episode is dumb, but it's one of the fun dumb episodes.
It is, but that episode also totally blue balls you. Because they never kiss.
It's complicated.
Even at the end of the next movie, they high five. Like, what is this shit? Even Ash Ketchum got kissed. Yugi, come on. Twice.
Really?
But once is by a Pokemon, so it kind of doesn't count.
You know what? I'm not going to count that, and I'm very disturbed by anybody who does.
It was in the shape of a human girl, though.
I hate this. Stop.
We're not going to watch the Pokemon movies because there's so many of them, but I have seen most of them.
I would love an excuse to watch Detective Pikachu again.
I would too, but unfortunately we won't get one.
Yeah, Pegasus came back, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so
they
Anubis
collect all of the unconscious bodies on a balcony and they just kind of watch the rest of the movie happen, which is nice of them.
Yes. Oh, also, I don't even think I have a note for this, but it was the dumbest thing to me. Kaiba's fucking room keeps getting more and more torn apart. Do you know what's fine? The cameras we can't see, and that the TV.
That TV
and that giant TV.
Hey, you know what? I bet the guy who designed that TV was like, listen, I know what's going to happen. This TV needs to be indestructible.
Here's the thing. There are a couple things that really bother me about this. One is, like, a TV's the first thing to go if a room breaks, right? Come on. It's glass. Two of the God cards, like, blew out TVs before. That was, like, a thing that happened.
Because they're so powerful, even summoning them, like...
TVs exploded because Kaiba was broadcasting his duels everywhere.
And this TV is so fucking big.
It's so big.
It's so big.
And the thing is, it keeps on, like, cutting out. Like, and like, it cut out, and I was like, okay, well, now they're done with the TV, right?
But nope.
But there weren't.
I have to imagine there's just an army of tech people back there like, we have to keep this thing running or we'll get fired.
Or we'll get fired by the fucking worst boss.
But he's so rich, though.
But he's so rich. I spent the entire next movie, not the entire next movie because a lot happened, but a lot of the next movie thinking about the fact that Kaiba must employ the best scientists and they must constantly be fearing for their jobs under this terrible fucking boss they have.
Well, the thing is, right, is because we know for a fact that he doesn't really need any of them. They're there to save him time. He can't do everything himself. So he hires people to do the things like, this is a lesser thing that I would love to do myself, but I don't have the time.
The things that they get to build are amazing. But then they have to, like, organize his fucking duelist tournaments because they're the ones in the room when he said to. So yeah, Taya ends up in the Pyramid of Light. The four of them all get into a big fight with a bunch of zombies. Anubis shows up. He grabs Kaiba by the head and, like, throws him. Anubis is goopy. He's like Calamity Ganon.
He is made of, like, the goopiest, inkiest goop. It is insane.
He uses his goop to summon Sphinx Telia and... oh, fuck, I only wrote down one of their names. The other one, two Sphinxes, who he then uses to kill Yugi's monsters, even though one of Yugi's monsters should be impossible for him to kill. But whatever, I guess we're just fucking playing Calvin Ball now. Obnoxious Celtic Guardian can't be killed by a monster with over 1900 attack points, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. Listen, the show does this a lot in the dub, I think, more so, I think, than the anime because of this, they have to say shit.
I wonder if it was supposed to be regular Celtic Guardian, and they just fucked up. Or if they forgot that Obnoxious Celtic Guardian had an ability. One of those two.
But the thing is, it's definitely the regular Celtic Guardian, though. Like, I could tell when they summoned him, I was like, that's just the same as Celtic Guardian. Like, I remember what Celtic Guardian looks like. That was one of the classic cards.
Obnoxious Celtic Guardian has the same design as Celtic Guardian. It's the exact same monster, but he can't be killed as easily. Anyway, then I think we have to cut back to Yugi, to little Yugi again. Inside Anubis's weird burial chamber.
I have a big gap here because I don't have a lot between here and now. Is this the part where he's...
I was going to go to the Dagger of Fate part, if that's...
Okay, cool. Yeah, when he solves the riddle. Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you tell everybody, since you have the riddle before you, what the solution to the riddle is.
So, Yugi realizes that the eye that sees what's yet to come refers to the eye over the coffin, which is powering Anubis, and its vision shall be fulfilled means that it needs to be hit with something. It has to be blinded by events predetermined. What is predetermined a synonym of? It's a synonym of fate. The dagger of fate is what the pharaoh used to kill Anubis initially, which means he can use it to kill Anubis both in real life and in the Millennium item. So he grabs the knife and he throws it at the eye and manages to hit it handle first, which is enough.
Well, yeah, I guess that works. The Dagger of Fate is a really weird MacGuffin, because it doesn't seem to have anything to do with anything.
It's just there, and like, when he steals his body, he doesn't leave the dagger. He takes it with his body. He could have left it there, and then they would have been fucked.
The thing about Magic in Yu-Gi-Oh! That I always liked is that it has rules. Now, the rules can be dumb. Because magic can be dumb.
Magic.
There are
magic
the rules about magic is it's allowed to be dumb.
We've all read Harry Potter, right? Like, we get it. Sometimes your magic's gonna be fucking stupid. Like,
sometimes your magic's gonna be dumb. Sometimes you can just make food, but sometimes you can't. Whatever. But there are no rules with the Dagger of Fate. It's just a thing that exists and is never explained. And is buried with Anubis when, I don't know, if you stabbed it into him, would he not be able to rise again, or...
They should have just left it in his body then.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. It's weird. Actually, I wouldn't have mummified him. Yeah, it's weird that everything to beat Anubis is buried with Anubis. Yugi uses Monster Reborn to bring back Blue Eyes Shining Dragon and explodes it to destroy the Pyramid of Light.
Yes. I'm sorry, what geometric shape did he destroy and what's it made of again?
It is a pyramid, sort of like, I mentioned this before, sort of like an inverted version of the Millennium Puzzle.
Okay, interesting.
Yes, which is famously a dark artifact. But see, the Pyramid of Light, it's a light artifact.
Light, yeah,
yes.
Light and shadow. At this point, lava happens.
This is the part where he activates Return from a Different Dimension from Kaiba's side of the field. Which is great because it's literally the best bit of storytelling in the movie.
Mm-hmm. It's the only part of the story where somebody actually thought of the movie. Like, whoa, but wouldn't this be cool? It would, and it was.
To bring back the god cards that were removed from play. And then there's lava. And they're on the top floor. So where is this lava coming from?
It's magic, dude.
I'm okay. The god cards also don't really do lava. They're not... None of them are like lava?
Oh, at some point, Anubis says it's not time to duel, it's time to die. Or something like that, which is a line, I guess.
And then they melted that guy. They melt
the shit out of him. But wait, this movie isn't over. We still got 10 minutes, Tony. What the fuck are we gonna do for 10 minutes?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe Anubis will come back and somehow be stronger and worse.
He's and he still hasn't taken a single soul.
Yes. I wanted to mention, though, when the Pyramid of Light is destroyed, he does summon a stronger version of his monsters, but then the gods kill that too. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's infinity, man.
Yeah, so then he basically turns into a big goopy jackal.
Yeah, like a gross skin wolf dragon knife monster thing.
Yeah, it starts getting, he gets he grows armor and stuff. And he yells out that the monsters are real now. So everybody's like, all right, well, I guess we'll just play monsters. Joey attacks him with some weak-ass shit.
He just throws out some real fucking ABC shit at him there, yeah.
It's super weird to me that he didn't play Red Eyes. I don't get it. I don't understand why that didn't happen.
That's like his card. It's the one that he has. That or 1,000 Year Dragon.
He uses Guilford the Lightning, which is a solid card that he does have. But he doesn't use Red Eyes, which is more the fan favorite, I feel like.
Or 1,000 Year Dragon, which is like his other big card that he had.
So that sort of bounces off of him. Pegasus summons some Toon monsters to stop him from being crushed. Kaiba throws the Blue Eyes card to Yugi.
We gotta get some of that marketing in for this new card.
It's true. Yugi plays the Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. It explodes.
And it kills
destroys
the wolf
Anubis.
dragon. And we find out that Blue Eye Shining Dragon just sounds like a chicken with some bass boost.
It sounds like a robotic chicken. It's not great.
And then Kaiba's Kaiba and everyone's there, and they're like, well, we did it, everyone. Kaiba's like, I would have totally won, though. I would have beat you, and you would have lost, and I would have been so cool if this crazy demon man didn't show up. So there. And Yugi's like, well, you'll never really win, Kaiba, unless you have friends you love to share it with.
I actually love Kaiba tells him not to preach about friendship to him, and then Yugi just straight up starts talking about friendship, and it's like, yeah, fuck you, Kaiba.
Yeah, but I have friends, so how does it feel?
This entire thing was your fault, dipshit.
Asshole.
And I think Pegasus probably gets another savage one-liner, because he's the only one enjoying himself in this movie.
He's having a great time. I think he's still having some wine spritzers.
Pegasus is a fun drunk.
Back to retirement for me to drink myself to death in my home staring at the portrait of my dead wife.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I remember a lot more about this show than I realize. And then a big fucking shout out to 4 Kids Lane Records for providing us with this equally terrible song, One Card Short.
I'm always one card short.
Oh, fuck,
always
man.
one day late. Goddamn.
We actually get I'm like, right, like they fucking stab me in the gut with this fucking song, right? And they twist the knife, and I'm just like, oh, this song's so bad. But before it even has a chance to get going, no, this isn't a song. This is a medley of every song we didn't use in this fucking movie. You get One Card Short, Step Up, Shadow Games, It's Over, Blind Ambition, Great Pretender, How Much Longer, You Better Fear Me, Power Within, Believe In, like seconds after each other, like the goddamn like infinite
Pegasus
punch
song
combo.
I think it's face up, face down. They have face down.
They do not, but then they do have the Yu-Gi-Oh theme. Endless torment with this music, man, and I was like, it was like I just couldn't stop. I was like, I guess I'm just listening to this now.
They really wrote a song called "The Great Pretender," huh?
Yeah, man, they really did.
I feel like that's already like a pretty famous song.
I mean, you also have For the People by Black Eyed Peas, which I think was the song that was played by when Kaiba was walking in for his intro.
Oh, okay.
Which is hilarious because he's not for the people. He's very clearly for one person.
No, he's for him.
I guess he's a person. For the one person.
Probably the grossest thing Kaiba does in the next movie is like apparently know everything about every human being in Domino City.
It's literally the big plot of the second Batman movie. But he doesn't give a shit. He just does it.
Yep.
Like the big moral quandary in Batman 2 The Dark Knight, he just does it. I'm just spying on everybody, yeah. Who cares?
Yeah, it's probably for the best that he shot himself into a different dimension.
Oh, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Oh, Kaiba. Oh, well, so that was Pyramid of Light.
Yeah, that was Pyramid of Light. That was the end of that movie. We're so excited to talk about this next movie, though.
I am so jazzed for this. You know, after the first movie, I was really hesitant to watch the second movie. Because I was like, maybe it's not as good as I remember. Because that first movie was quite bad.
I watched that first movie, and I sent a text, and I just said, God, Yu-Gi-Oh! Sucked so much. and my thought process was, like maybe everything I knew about this show was wrong. Like, maybe this show was actually bad. But I think halfway into the next movie, I sent that same person a text like, I can't believe I'm so hyped for this movie. Like, this movie hits the ground running and never stops.
Oh my god, yes, the first. So you get Dark Side of Dimensions.
This movie came out in 2016, 12 years after the movie Pyramid of Light.
20 years after, I believe, the beginning of the anime in Japan.
Yes.
I think that was the thing. It was the 20th anniversary.
The 20th anniversary of the anime. So it's like made to be like set after the manga more so than the anime. So there's like a couple of continuity stuff. If you've only seen the anime,
there's a bit of continuity stuff, but it
really doesn't matter.
It is also an anime movie, so it does take into account what happens in the anime. But there's some stuff like Duke.
Yeah, he's just there.
In the anime, he still has a game store.
Yeah.
and in the manga it burned down. Well, because he challenged Yugi to a. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna hold on to that because I might actually bring it up again.
Yeah.
Because there's something that canonically happens in there that's actually important to the plot of this in a Thor's hammer kind of way. But guess what? My first note. Fuck yes, Kaiba's space elevator. Let's do this.
That wasn't even my first note, because before we get to that, we watch the multiverse forming. Right? Like, we see different bubble dimensions, and then we zoom in from outside of our dimension into his space station, space elevator. Kaiba, what the fuck, dude? We get a brand new HD logo for Yu-Gi-Oh! That looks really dope. We're in space for 2 seconds, and then bam, we're in Egypt again. Cool. All right, let's do this shit.
It's kind of amazing that both these movies... Actually, you know what? They both start with somebody assembling the puzzle and ancient Egypt, which is kind of solid.
It's pretty great. So
Kaiba is the Elon Musk of Duel Monsters.
He is more than the Elon Musk of Duel Monsters, right? This man has, money to end all money.
Mm-hmm.
And also, he's, actually smart enough to get into space, so he's already, better than Elon Musk in that way.
I guess he's also a little bit like Steve Jobs. He's like a Steve Jobs Elon Musk, because one of the things he keeps doing is just, updating this thing he made a few years ago.
The crazy thing to me is that people seem to like Kaiba and Kaiba Corp, and why?
Kaiba Corp is genuinely evil.
But also the thing is, right, is the logistics of just making a space elevator must mean that he must have solved world hunger and also global warming.
Right, but do you know why?
To make this fucking space elevator, and we're gonna find out why he made it.
I love this. It's my favorite part.
So,
also Kaiba is desecrating a literal door to the underworld.
Yeah, you know.
That big door with the eye on it leads to the underworld, and he's just
this day and age, who isn't?
He's the worst.
He is so beyond awful in this movie.
Oh, he's terrible. He's like Kaiba from the early manga where he kidnapped everybody and had them play a death game.
He is legitimately a bigger threat to the world than Lex Luthor in this movie.
Well, here's the thing. There's no Superman anymore. There's nobody to stop him from doing this.
But also, I don't know, right? Because, it's the equivalent of, if Superman left and Lex Luthor was like, well, I gotta bring him back.
Yeah.
Which never happens in the comics, but it's such a great character trait. He spends this whole movie pining. But
he does
pining.
So there's a lot of shipping in Yu-Gi-Oh, as there is in every anime, right?
Of course. I mean, in everything ever.
Yes. If
you put 2 dots on a screen, somebody out there is going to make a little comic where they're fucking or kissing or holding hands.
So I could always kind of see it with Yugi and Atem, but also not, because they're literally the same person.
They're literally the same person. That is.
Although the way that Yugi talks about him does kind of feel like a breakup.
They're not really the same person. It's just they inhabit the same body and mind for 5 years.
But Atem and Kaiba really feels like he is the person he loved died, and he cannot get over it.
He cannot get over it. He is driven. He is going to bring this person back. He is channeling Dr. Frankenstein and anyone Orpheus and anyone else who's tried to bring someone back from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he wants to do.
Right, and in his mind, there's already a way to bring the pharaoh back from the dead. You put the puzzle together, and he comes back.
And he comes back. We know this to be true. This is a rock fact.
Are we done with Kaiba for the moment?
Yeah, well, because Mokuba walks on the scene with his fucking new ass threads. Teen CEO
Mokuba looks solid.
As long as your CFO is an adult, you'll be fine. But teen CEO Mokuba has got this shit on lock.
Later Mokuba does seem to take over the company.
Well, I think at this point he basically is in charge of the company while Kaiba's off doing whatever the fuck. Mokuba's all right, I'm running this giant mega corporation. And also, sometimes my brother walks in and is still in charge, but he kind of just walks in and does more shit for his weird project.
Yeah, he makes weird demands. I'm like, okay, people, let's go. Moguba's great in this movie. There's not a lot of them, but what there is good.
And his little suit. He's got a little suit. It's really dope. Suit. I really like his little suit. It's a good.
He's ready to run a company.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so that's the thing, right? Is when Kaiba was like, I'm going to be running this company, he puts on like leather spandex and a massive fucking trench coat with belts all up and down it. And like my pants and my shirt and my shoes are one article of clothing. And I have belts everywhere. And I have robot pauldrons in my trench coat. Like, this is me. I'm the CEO now. And when Moguba becomes CEO, he's like, I'm just going to get a nice little suit.
I have been thinking about those robot pauldrons, and they must be magic defense, right? That's why they're there?
Yeah, well, that's what they were. Yeah, because he knew.
Yeah, it seems like it took him either a long time or not long enough to come up with them, because in the movie, that shit comes out of nowhere. But also, I fucking get it. You know, if my soul ever got stolen and I had enough technology to basically make magic, I would make some magic so my soul never got stolen again.
So that my soul and body, A, stay together all the time, and B, stay where I want them to stay, motherfucker. Like, Kaiba's been up and down the block with this magic shit. He's done with it.
Yeah, he went into the Pharaoh's mind. Pegasus stole his soul.
At one point, he goes to the past and relives his past self's life, I think. That's a thing.
Yeah, that's in the Pharaoh's mind. Yeah, that was because of Bakura. Bakura did that. There has to be. I rule of threes. I need to pick a third one.
A third one.
Oh, you know what? He got his soul stolen again. Stolen again during the Seal of Orichalco stuff. Mm-hmm. That was a bad season.
So we're in Egypt just long enough to know that whatever's happening in Egypt isn't happening fast enough. God damn it. And then we cut to Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm gonna do this every time. To Yugi.
Are you not doing that on purpose?
No, I'm not. I
thought it was a very stupid joke you were making. Like a very, very dumb joke.
It's because it's more natural for me to say Yu-Gi-Oh than for me to say Yugi Moto, right? Like, and also because in the fucking show he just yelled out Yu-Gi-Oh every time he transformed like a fucking magical schoolgirl.
He did. He's also, though, he's not Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. Actually, I guess he is. He's technically the king of games. He's not all magic and weird.
He's not magic and weird anymore, but he is still, like, the king. Elvis impression.
Yeah, I get it.
I just am too tired to throw one out.
Don't worry, I'll throw it out for you.
He's taken off to school, and his grandpa's like, "Oh, what happened to that Taya girl? You're always walking to school together." And he's like, "We're adults now. How dare you?" And then he goes and he meets her down the block, and they walk to school together.
Yeah, I guess his grandpa was, like, noticing stuff too much for him to feel comfortable with it.
He's like, "Taya, we need to start meeting a little farther away from my house because grandpa's getting randy for it." Not like for you, but for, like, us dating. Which, grandparents,
for the both of us.
Old people do that shit, though, and I hate it. It's like, you know what? Why don't you focus on your dating life?
Do you think Grandpa's got a lot going on?
I don't think he does. He just sweeps this game shop, you know.
I don't think Mr. Moto's got like a lot going on in that
Solomon
area.
Moto.
So like he has to live vicariously.
He lived a very specific life, right? It's like you got to be into two things: Egyptology and fucking games.
Yeah, Yugi and Taya are walking to school together. We see Joey. Joey has a solid line where he basically runs over a cop who yells, "Don't you know the speed limit?" And he says, "Nope, going too fast to see."
Joey gets kind of like the best intro, I think, because he's like doing something. He's like, "I'm late for school."
Joey's intro is solid. Well, Yugi's intro is like, "Hey, maybe he and Taya are gonna kiss." They're not.
They're not. They're not. I'm just right now. They're not gonna do it. It's never gonna happen.
This TV show might be like why my thing is always like
your thing.
My thing. Well, like when writing, I will often leave like romantic stuff unsaid or undone.
And that's
I
from
think
Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's because of this.
Wow.
Honestly, it's because like in the TV shows when I was a kid, everybody was like, "Oh, are they gonna get together?" And then you never know. It's not that they won't.
It's that
it's that you don't know. Yes.
But in my child brain, it always infuriated me because I think in one of the Digimons, they do definitely get together. And so I'm just like, why are all these
Aren't
other
they
shows
like
written?
7 in Digimon?
Well, there's a epilogue where they get older.
Okay.
Because they pass on the mantle of Digi destined to the next kids. It took me a really long time to remember what they were called. They're the Digi.
No, you are lying. That's not a real thing they said.
Yeah, they're all of the kids are the Digi destined. That's like a
Please
thing.
stop
That's what
saying
they're
it.
called.
Please stop saying it.
They're Digi destined to save the digital world.
Okay.
They're also called the Digital Champions, but no one ever says that. It's just in the theme song. So anyway.
So everybody gets into school. Oh, Tristan gets on the back of Joey's bike.
We meet the whole gang. We meet
everyone. We
everyone.
see Bakura.
Yeah.
Bakura still has girls hanging off of him.
Just swarming him like cockroaches on butter.
And everybody says it's because of his accent, even though that's a thing they added in the dub.
It's definitely a thing they added in the dub, but I appreciate it that they at least talk about his accent.
That they mention it, yeah.
Yeah, because in the anime, it's just there.
Well, in the anime, he was also like, oh, he moved from somewhere strange. And I guess somewhere strange is like England.
Or Egypt, as it turns out.
Or Egypt.
So they go up to the roof and they start eating some burgers. Some good old-fashioned American burgers.
That is a dumb joke, because this movie is not that bad with its dubbing.
It's actually very good, but it's part of the reason that it's very good is it's a straight dub. It's not like trying to be localized, which is nice. It's clearly localized a little bit because the anime is so iconic.
There was a lot of things I didn't notice about localization, but one of the things I did is that Taya always wanted to go to America to go to dance school. And I believe she gets to go to America to go to dance school. And they don't say that. They say she's going to a fancy dance school.
No, she says America.
Does she?
Oh, wait, no, I think they just say it's a foreign exchange program. But I don't think they ever specifically say America.
They don't mention that they're not in America.
Yeah, because they're in Domino City. They're not in Japan. So the gang's all here. They're eating burgers, talking about their future, and how like Joey wants to become like a champion duelist, and Teo wants to go to dance school, and Tristan doesn't really know what he wants to do, but it doesn't matter because his dad's going to make him work in a factory.
Yeah, Tristan's future seems kind of bleak. I do believe Joey could do the dueling circuit. I mean, do you know who the other champions were? The other champions were like Bandit Keith. Come on.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking pushover. And Yuki's like, I don't really know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll make a game someday.
Yuki says he wants to make a game, which I find interesting in that genuinely I believe that that's what the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you read some of his older stuff, it's like he landed on Duel Monsters eventually, but for a while Yugi was facing a bunch of different bad guys in like a bunch of different weird games. So I think that's kind of interesting that's what Yugi wants to do. Also, Yugi is concerned, like Joey says, yeah, and when it makes it big, well, I'll play it together. And Yugi isn't sure it's gonna make it big, but like Yugi's a gaming celebrity? His game could totally suck, but it would still make it big.
I mean, like, Duke Devlin invented a game, right? Like, he can do this. He's got it. Like, Duke Devlin was a nobody before he invented his game.
That's true, but the reason his game was anything is because Pegasus put Duel Monsters in it.
Yeah, well, but still, it had there was something there, right? So I think Yugi's Yugi's got the contacts, he knows Kaiba, sort of.
That's true. You know what? I bet he could get some backing from some of the many people he's fought.
And all became his kind of weird friends.
But also, he has grown up, like, around games. He could definitely make a game.
Yeah, definitely.
There are lots of good games that are just made by people who play games a lot and think, this isn't something I've seen.
I would like something like this, maybe, but maybe better like this, and then they make it, and it's awesome.
He actually has kind of small-time dreams, which, I don't know.
Is nice.
I think it's kind of nice.
Yeah, but they're still dreams, They're not like, being like the head of a community college or something. Like,
yes.
it's a dream that's worth having.
Yes, he just has some nice creative dreams. Oh, jeez. Head of a community college.
A dream that's worth having.
To me, it's weird to think about Yugi not wanting to go into to like keep being a Duel Monster celebrity or whatever. Because do you know what? He could still do it. but his destiny isn't magically linked to it anymore. Like, it's not every aspect of him like it was before.
Well, that's right. The thing that was drawing him to it is gone now, literally.
Yeah.
And so now he's like, I'm free to do whatever I want, and I want to make games.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice. It's cute. It's a nice little thing. There's a brief moment where I thought Joey was going to kiss Tristan, but then they just started wrestling. And then, so they go back to class, and they're like, hey, wait a minute. That kid over there, that kid's got some protagonist hair.
He basically has pigtails, but they don't come off as pigtails.
It really does feel like he just, like he had, like a really long mullet. And then he said, I want pigtails, but I don't ever want to have to tie them. So he cut the middle of the mullet off and just left like 2 long side mullets just hanging around.
It sounds way dumber than it looks because for some reason shit can be gotten away with in anime.
In anime, yeah, it looks fine, but there are moments when I'm reminded that that's what his hair is, and I'm just like, I guess.
There's a bit of Sailor Moon there, except without the big poofs. So this is Igami.
That's his name. Who's calling himself Diva.
Well, no, he's calling himself Igami. His real name is Diva.
Right. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes. Everybody knows him as Igami at this point because of weird mind stuff that's never really explained but can be sort of hand-waved away by magic.
Yeah, he's a magic.
He's magic? He
is that.
He does the magic.
He does it, and that's what he is.
I think then we cut to later. Joey, Taya, and Yugi are walking home, and Igami is being picked on by some very weird-looking bullies.
Oh man, these guys have a look in that they look like vaguely like people.
Here's what was entertaining to me. These guys look like classic Yu-Gi-Oh villains.
Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh villains used to look like fucking wild.
Like monster people.
Yes, because the thing that Kazumi last name withheld, because I cannot pronounce it, was good at was drawing monsters. So he drew people like monsters until it got to the point where he was just drawing monsters like monsters.
You can't pronounce Takahashi?
Is it Takahashi? Okay.
I think so. I think it says here Kazuki Takahashi.
Is it not Kazumi? I thought it was
no,
Kazumi.
It's Kazuki.
Kazuki Takahashi. See, I always get some aspect of it wrong.
It's easier when it's in front of you, I guess.
Agami's being picked on. Joey chases the guys away. And Agami has this... He's got this vibe that's, like, totally chill that reminds me of both Dark Bakura.
Yes.
Because, like, Bakura's so, like, unassuming, and then Dark Bakura shows up and kills everybody. And a little bit of Season 0 Yugi. Because the plot of every Season 0 Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode was Yugi gets picked on, and then he goes home. And then Dark Yugi comes back and is like, hey, you picked on me, and I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Stab this knife into this money.
That's what happened every stab the knife into the money. Yup. Good times.
Agami goes and he, like, kills these people.
Yep.
These bullies. And he has a line at the very end. Like,
yes.
So he teleports this one dude away, and one of the guys is like, oh my god, our boss is history. And he's like, no, history is remembered. Not cut to black. It becomes like a found footage horror movie for 2 seconds.
Yes, it does. He's got a great line, and that's like a really brutal ass scene.
It's really bad. It's like, oh, geez, man. It's creepy. Like, you got like ghost kids, people like disintegrating slowly. It's the whole gamut. But then, after this, like, cut to black, we cut to these tight leather jeans. This fucking scene.
So, this is, in my opinion, probably the most, like, dynamic duel of the movie.
It's pretty fucking awesome.
A lot of the duels in this movie I don't think are very good, and the reason is because they introduce these new dueling mechanics.
Yeah, the dimension dueling.
They introduce dimension dueling, so life points are done differently, and also Diva seems to get to do whatever the fuck he wants all the time. Mm-hmm. Which is not, like, that entertaining to me, you know?
This duel and the last duel are very good, but the last duel is really good because it's, like, a plot duel. Plot things are happening.
The last duel has, like, the best plot thing I've seen in almost anything. It's one of my favorite... This is gonna sound really weird. This movie has one of my favorite moments of dealing with loss.
It's pretty awesome. It's really great. It's really
of like
nice.
coming to terms with what losing somebody means. And then it's completely subverted, but it's still my favorite part.
It's great, and then because of who the character is, it gets subverted in a way that's even better.
I actually really love the way it's subverted.
But first, let's get back to these tight leather jeans walking into this cathedral with like fucking like beautiful stained glass windows and like a vaulted infinity ceiling. And who's standing on the other, and who is it? It's Yami Yugi, and who's standing across from him but Kaiba himself. This is it, the duel of the century. We've been waiting for this. Except we've already seen it like 8 times, but we've been waiting for it, goddammit.
I mean, those are some of the best episodes.
They're pretty great.
It's a really solid dynamic duel. Yugi summons like different versions of or uses like different versions of Dark Magician cards. Kaiba summons different versions of Blue Eyes. He's got Blue Eyes Neo White Dragon. What's really great about it is that there's this frankly depressing voiceover where Kaiba like talks about like how he's waited for this, and it like really adds to it.
It's a fucking Hamlet monologue. Like, it's straight up.
Yes. And then on top of that, the reveal that this is still how he would use a holodeck. He could do anything, and all he wants to do is duel Yugi.
There's a moment, right? So Yami Yugi walks in, and he's just like, "You've asked me here to duel. Well, I certainly didn't ask you here to dance." He programmed Yugi to say that so that he could have his one-liner, right?
Well, wait. In this version, he says that anything he can imagine becomes real. So maybe he programmed it, or maybe that's just in the moment what he wanted Yugi to say.
No, but he did design it, right? Like, he personally designed this cathedral to duel him in, and he even had to design his perfectly coiffed hair. That part took the longest. This man is obsessed. Man boy is obsessed.
This man boy is obsessed.
It's depressing. This person used to be like the big villain in the show, and this is what he's reduced to.
As a villain, he is much worse right now. This is like the most villainous Kaiba has been in a long time. Not here, but like later.
The thing is, though, is he's never the bad guy.
Yes.
It's one of those things, right, where like Yugi is trying to save all of the multi-dimension verse, and then standing 2 feet away is an atomic bomb of emotion that he just kind of has to remember is there and deal with it at some point. It's awesome.
The thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! As a TV show is the thing that Yugi often did was reveal the darkest emotions of the person he was fighting and why they wanted to fight him, and then make friends. Which is like I know it's like a big thing for anime. It's like once you beat somebody, they're on your side.
Their friend. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do think it's like a not terrible message that like not everybody, even villains aren't necessarily just villains. But the fact is, he did it first with Kaiba, and it's the one that seems to have worked least.
After it was all said and done, it turns out that the real Kaiba is kind of worse.
Yeah, the real Kaiba's still an asshole.
He's still an asshole, and he's got like infinity money, and he wants to win.
I hope to God that space elevator is occasionally used for other shit.
I don't know, dude. Never.
I know.
Never.
It's
and
not.
Do you want
it's
to?
just
and
not.
And you know why? Because there's a scene later when he's being fucking like.
I know. Let's not talk about the scene. We can't. I need it. We need it fresh when it happens.
Okay, so.
I've said this before, but I feel so bad for these scientists that show up. They're like talking about the cool holodeck he built.
They come in and they're like, oh, you're so great, you're so amazing, you're so cool. You defeated him so thoroughly. Oh man, this victory was so absolute.
They must love the opportunity to work at Kaiba Corp, a company that builds space elevators and brain-to-reality holograms, but they have to deal with their teenage boss's weird obsession. And like every day they have to navigate this crazy amount of emotion he's got that makes him do stuff like build an elevator to space or fly to Egypt 3 times a week.
It's so much, and I love I forget why he gets mad at this point, but he does.
I think he's just mad because they're fawning over him like too much, and he's like, it's not even the real guy.
It's not even the real person. I made him, and I beat myself. That's what I proved. At one point, he's drinking this like bottle of juice, and at the end of his rant about how he's not actually that cool, he crushes it in his hand, throws it on the ground, and he's like, "Fire whoever designed that piece of shit. Things made by my company need to be fucking durable." And that's the atmosphere, right, of working at Kaiba Corp, is you get to do these amazing things, but also that man is your boss.
Yep.
This is when we cut to our Duke Devlin cameo.
I don't know if we can see it here, but we definitely see it later that he has a skull on his belt.
It's just part of his punk aesthetic, you know?
I guess it is. He looks like Punk Aladdin. He always has and he always will with his vest.
Punk Aladdin. I have an idea for the next great Disney musical. Aladdin, but it's like a rock opera.
Okay, why don't you sit on it for a while? Really mull it over.
I think I've sat on it enough. Let's do this.
So, Duke, semi-famous game designer, serves ice cream now. With his dad, the clown guy.
Is the clown guy his dad?
So, in the manga, the clown guy was his dad, and he wears a clown mask because he was cursed. Yes, he was cursed because he played a dark game, shadow game, against Yugi's grandpa. And Yugi's grandpa won. And the curse was that he, like, lost all of his beauty. Oh. So his face is, like, all gross and weird. So he wears the clown mask all the time.
But it's a good thing he's got a beautiful son and daughter.
Doesn't have a daughter.
Who's the little girl, then?
What little girl?
There's a little girl there who, like, loses her balloon and shit.
Oh, I think she's just a customer.
Oh, I thought that was, like, his daughter or something.
No, I believe that's just a customer because Joey gave her the balloon and he works there.
Oh, right. And here, oh, man, we really get a lot of Joey in a dog costume in this movie that I'm glad is there, but also did not need.
Yeah, I mean, Joey will do anything for money, which is good. Which is, I just think that's a solid truth about Joey.
He wants to be dominated.
That's
what he wants to do.
I would like to not talk about this anymore. I guess the one girl he ever really showed feelings for did have that vibe.
My Valentine, right?
Yeah, she used a lot of whips in her cards.
Yeah, and there was a lot of, like, binding up his monsters and stuff.
Yeah.
God, there are so many things I could say right now, and none of them would be funny. While they're all hanging out here, and, like, Aigami is, like, watching them from afar.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about how these bullies went missing, and how people all over the world are going missing.
I just want to pause here. They all is Yugi, Joey, Tristan, Taya,
and
Bakura. Yes. And cameo from Duke.
And just cameo from Duke. He's not a friend, but he's there.
He's kind of a friend. I mean, they went through some shit together.
Yeah, but he didn't become like a permanent part of the cast the way that Bakura did.
Bakura's complicated because occasionally he'll disappear so that a bad guy can go do stuff. So
yeah. Well, yes, he does. So this guy's just fucking watching them from a distance, and he's basically talking his whole plan out. This guy's powers aren't ever really walked through in a way that it makes sense. Basically, he can teleport between dimensions and change reality around him.
Yes, so the main thing he seems to be able to do is send people to other dimensions. And a side effect of this seems to be that he and anybody else with this power can just appear wherever they want. That seems like it's kind of it. Okay, so we didn't explain this, and maybe the time to explain it would have been a little bit later, but here we go. They have this power. I forget what they keep calling it. I don't think I wrote it down. It doesn't matter. So they have this power. He's like 17, 18 maybe, and he and a bunch of other kids have this power that can remake the world into basically a utopia version of the world. This power only existed since Atem died.
Yes.
Okay. But it's here now, and he has the cube that can do it all.
He has the power.
If done wrong, it can, of course, reshape the world into something evil instead of something great, because that's how this shit always works.
Yes. You have to be pure of heart to wield this power.
And so the sort of obvious thing here is this guy is clearly going over to the proverbial dark side. Everybody around him, all of who are, like, pacifist people, gotta stop him.
All of the interdimensional pacifist children who also have his power.
They can really only stop him by saying, please stop. They don't really have any other autonomy beyond that.
Aren't you going a bit too far? I honestly believed for like the first 10 minutes that they were all dead until one of them follows him to Egypt, and I was like, oh, they're alive. They just don't do anything.
Yeah, it did seem like they were dead, but they seem to just like sort of live outside of our main dimension
Yeah.
And pop in as weird ghost children sometimes.
Just really freak people out.
It also seems like, and this isn't ever super made clear, but it seems like his feelings affect them.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they, like, appear to, like, back him up. And sometimes they don't. But I don't know if that's, like, a magic thing, or if it's because they have all the same magic he does, and like, he's, like, their leader, so if he's gonna do, like, dark shit, then some of them feel like they gotta do dark shit. Whatever, I don't know. Anyway, that's his basic power setup, I guess.
I genuinely do not remember what the fuck these kids call themselves. And I just watched this movie.
Should have written it down.
Should have written it down.
It went right over my head. This is actually... I want to mention something about Igami/Diva. He is a fairly interesting villain.
He's alright.
Which never happens in a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh movie.
No. Well, that's the thing, right? In the last movie, we get a villain who shows up in the last 2 minutes and doesn't even make any goddamn sense. But in this movie, this villain gets a lot of screen time, and we get where he's coming from, like his whole deal, right? Like, he's got this father figure, and the father figure died, and now he's like, I don't know what's good anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've all seen
Star
Wars.
Yeah, we get a lot of sort of emotional empathy from this character.
Yeah, a lot. Like
we get sort of a twist. I don't know if you picked it up as a twist.
Probably not. I don't remember any part of this movie surprising me more than the last 2 minutes.
No, yeah, we'll get to the twist later. I think.
When we get to it. While they're all sitting there eating ice cream, Aigami and this other kid who's there with him are watching them, and he's like, oh, something happened, and they teleport away. And then Seto Kaiba, owner of Kaiba Corp and also dictator of Domino City, announces that he's about to unveil his latest dual disc.
He fucking owns this city. Of the fictional cities that in TV shows and movies that I like, Domino is like one of the ones I would least want to live in because it's owned by Kaiba.
It's straight up like everything. The cell phones, the dual discs, the houses, all of them are made by Kaiba.
He seemed to broadcast to every public television.
He cut the live feed, right? Like,
ugh, this is bad.
Yeah. So he announces his new dual disc system. It's going to be so fucking cool. It's going to be so dope. You guys cannot wait for it. Peace. I'm out. I'm going to Egypt. So then we cut to Egypt, where Kaiba just casually jumps out of his dragon plane before he lands.
Yep. Yes. Yep.
And he walks into this tomb, and Mokuba's like, we fucking did it. We found the Millennium Puzzle. It's all there, all of the pieces. And then Aigami shows up. No. They're talking about how they're like, cool, we're going to need to move this to my space fortress as soon as possible. And then he turns around and he's like, well, since we're waiting here, why don't the 6 people who are spying on me step out?
Yeah, and a bunch of, like, kids are like, please, God, don't put that thing together. And Kaiba's like, fuck you.
I'm gonna get my duel, god damn it. I didn't pump $1.2 trillion into a space elevator to not get this duel. It's gonna happen.
And then Gami's like, alright, I'm just gonna, like, laser you. You're just gonna leave.
I'm gonna laser you into a different dimension. And then his fucking tech pauldron trench coat releases his dual disc and, like, I guess ensnares him to this dimension because Aigami's magic just straight up doesn't work.
Yeah, I really genuinely wish that some of the Kaiba stuff was explained a bit more. But it seems like when they were writing this, they decided to kind of go for a rule of cool thing.
He's like a weird combination of like Iron Man, Batman.
Yes.
Where he thought of it already, so he built it and he did it, and there it is. Look at how cool I am.
Where it's like, oh, it'd be cool if Kaiba couldn't be teleported away by magic. Oh, okay, how'd that work? Psh, I don't know. He just can't.
I'll tell you how. It's somehow powered by his dual disc. Because of course.
Oh, do you know what would be genuinely like a good character trait for Kaiba. If he was releasing this duel disk for everybody to buy because he was sick of magic showing up in duels, and he was like, now everybody is gonna wear this thing that makes him immune to magic.
And now everything is magic all the time, and we're all immune, but also we're all immune to magic. There. Yes. God damn it.
Fucking did it.
We did it.
I'm sick of weird dudes from Egypt showing up, playing cards that don't exist, and trying to kill me.
They're always from Egypt, and I'm not, it's not a race thing.
This isn't a race thing.
They just are from Egypt.
They're just always from Egypt.
And I'm here in Egypt now, and I'm done. So this other schmuck who doesn't have a dual disc shows up and points a gun at Aigami. And I love this because Kaiba just is like, hey there, Aigami, or should I say, Diva, I know who you are. I also know who all of your kids are. Why? Because I'm spying on the planet Earth.
Yeah, it's fucking messed up. And then he watches as Aigami destroys, I mean, as far as he knows, kills his like, bodyguard guy.
Yeah, and of course Kaiba. You know what? I bet Kaiba was like, if that guy was smart, he would have known not to just pull a gun on an Egyptian. I had an entire PowerPoint. Don't point guns at Egyptian people. They could be magic. Written by Kaiba for Kaiba Corps in association with Kaiba for Kaiba Corps.
Do you think every single person is just sitting there, like, squirming, like, man, Kaiba, this is really racist? He's like, it's not racist. It's not. It's happened so many times.
If you have any complaints, you can take them to HR, but I will let you know that I have never not hired somebody because they're Egyptian. I've only ever not hired somebody because they're magic Egyptians.
Now remember... And he switches to the next slide. Now remember, sometimes they're not actually Egyptian, but they do have Egyptian artifacts.
Which is just as bad as if they were Egyptian. Okay, wait a minute. That wording does need to change, Kaiba. You can't just say shit like that.
He stole my brother's soul. He's at least as bad as an Egyptian.
At least as bad as an actual Egyptian magician. Oh, Egyptian magician is a good...
Egyptian magician sounds great.
It sounds like a lead-in to Dalmatian Plantation.
I was going to say Egyptian magician sounds like the sort of the song that's played in the middle of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Musical.
Oh, man.
Okay.
So Kaiba just looks at... So he teleports this guy away, and Kaiba's like, there are no limits when you're as brilliant as me, and then they have a duel. Mm-hmm. This duel's okay, I guess, but
it's a little bit hard to follow because Diva appears to be able to summon as many monsters as he wants over and over again. And it's not clear, like, what the rules are for this duel compared to other duels where you can't just do whatever shit you want.
Except when you can.
Except when you can, occasionally.
When you believe in the heart of the cards as much as Yugi does, anything's off the table. But
Kaiba, Heart of the Cards is added in the dub, but Kaiba's always against it, right?
Yeah, he's never believed in it.
He totally does a Heart of the Cards thing. When instead of drawing from his deck, he kneels down to the ground to summon Obelisk.
He draws it from the earth itself.
Because the Obelisk card is somewhere down there.
Oh, man.
Then Obelisk shows up and he's still got two monsters, so he sacrifices them and, does the Obelisk thing.
And he basically is going to win.
Right, and then Mokuba is like, psh, we're out of here, and starts flying away with the puzzle.
At which point, so Mokuba's like, hey, we're ready to go. I'm going to escape with the Millennium Puzzle. And then he gets onto the thing and starts escaping with the Millennium Puzzle. And then it cuts to Aigami's friend who's like, he's escaping with the Millennium Puzzle. And it's like, dude, do we really need it this time? Like, I get this is for a kid's show, but like, come on.
Yeah, and then Igami teleports up there, smashes his hand through the glass. Actually, he does this kind of cool thing where I think he phases his hand through the glass.
And then the glass shatters around his hand, yeah.
Right, he's like wearing a bracelet, so when he unphases, it just breaks.
It's pretty awesome.
He grabs two pieces of the puzzle, and then he's gone.
And Kaiba also leaves.
Kaiba's like, whatever, he didn't get a piece of the puzzle. Then he takes... Okay, I need to lay my head down.
Not yet. Not yet. We're still not
yet.
So we're not there yet, right? Because Joey has a stress dream about Kaiba.
He does, because Joey has an inferiority complex.
He really does.
Where he's on top of the blimp, one of the many roofs that Kaiba has fought upon.
I mean, I wouldn't say a blimp is a roof, but it is roof adjacent.
When you fight on top of it, it's worse than a roof.
I think it is worse. No,
it's at least as bad as an Egyptian.
The top of this blimp. We told you.
I wanna assure people from Egypt that I really do have nothing against them. It's just a solid joke that Kaiba is accidentally racist all the time.
It's because, again, he has nothing against Egyptian people or the Egyptian culture. It's mostly magic. And it just so happens that his entire life, all of the magic that has been fucking him over has come from Egypt. This joke's getting veering dangerously into some territory. So Joey's having this stress dream about Kaiba, and he wakes up, and they're like having like a practice graduation ceremony, I guess.
Yeah, I forgot about the practice graduation ceremony. I also guess that Yugi's the valedictorian.
Yeah, which, yeah, fair.
I mean, I certainly there have to be other kids who maybe, I don't know, never had to take any time off because their grandpa had his soul stolen.
Yeah. And then you had to go to this private island to... Well, maybe it's not that he's the valedictorian, but he's being given the speech because he's the most popular kid at school.
Yeah, maybe he's just got a speech because he's, like, a celebrity, you know?
He's already made it, and this is just a formality. He never needed to graduate.
I am fairly certain... Oh, yeah, Duelist Kingdom had a cash payout. I would have assumed Battle City had a cash payout, right?
Yeah.
They didn't mention it, but, like, he has to have made some money.
I don't think Kaiba is frugal. I think it's like they spare no expense for that shit. So yeah, there's got to be a cash payout for that.
Right, that's how you get people to your tournament.
Yeah,
is offering cash.
They're certainly not doing it because they want to meet Seto Kaiba.
No, he's the worst.
He's awful. At this point, I was kind of worried that like we weren't getting enough Yugi in this movie, but then we get a lot in this chunk where like he talks about how he really misses Yami, and he still thinks about it a lot. And then, but also they're like kind of sort of becoming friends with Aigami because he's like inserting himself into their life on purpose.
Yeah, and they have this weird thing where they think they know Aigami already, but they keep on like learning shit about him because they're like, "Hey, Aigami, like, what are you actually like?"
I don't know if we ever mentioned this, but at this point the movie makes it absolutely clear that if the Pharaoh comes back to this world, all of these kids are going to lose their magical powers and their chance to make a utopia is gone forever.
Mm-hmm.
And because there might be a chance that the Millennium Puzzle is going to be put back together, Diva has the plan of just like, all right, what if I just kill the kid? If I just kill the kid, then we're good. He can never come back. And his sister, this little girl who we now find out is his sister, is like, you can't kill a kid. That's so mean.
Yeah, she's like, you're really going too far. And he's like, there's nothing I won't do for us or something, you know.
There's nothing I won't do for a better world.
I want to mention this thematically, and I don't know why this is, but sibling relationships are like among the most important in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like the one that keeps coming back to is like Kaiba and Mokuba, but there's also Joey and his sister, and there's these two. At least one of the other villains also had like a little... Yes, one of the other villains, his little brother died in a war and he blamed Kaiba for it. Then there was the other villain who was Kaiba's adoptive brother.
Mm-hmm.
So like siblings are such a big thing in this show.
They're a real big deal.
I don't know. I just think it's kind of interesting. I feel like you don't see that a lot. A lot of heroes are
a lot of
only
Cain and Abel
children.
stuff.
Oof.
Well, I mean, Yugi is an only child.
Yes, Yugi's the only child. It's the people around him who have siblings.
Yugi's not allowed. Although Yugi's mom does look kind of like, never mind. So...
No, I need you to finish that sentence.
I don't remember what she looks like. I just saw an image of her and I was like, she looks kind of like somebody, but I don't remember what she looks like anymore, so I don't know.
I just figured that could have been like a weird dark thing for you to say, like, oh, she looks kind of like Taya. It's like, well, that's bad.
Kissing cousins. So, just gonna roll over that thing I just said. So,
we'll cut that.
At this point, we cut to my branded private space elevator. These fucking yes men just hand Kaiba this suitcase and he climbs into this fucking capsule and just is in space. He's in space now. And here's the reason why I don't think anyone else has ever even set foot in this space station is because there is only room for one person in that fucking
There is. The elevator only holds one person.
And he gets up there, and at this point, I noticed that he has his initials on his belt buckle, like a fucking oil baron from Texas. He gets to this fucking space station, and he fucking, like, walk, don't run, but also don't walk, just be fucking, like, treadmilled over into this science room. And he puts all of these Millennium Puzzle pieces into this, like, zero-G device, and it's just gonna solve it in, like, 4 hours.
Yeah, so the reason he did build this was so that the Millennium Puzzle could be solved while floating, because he figured that would be easier. That's the canonical reason. That's why it happened.
He built a space elevator and a space station to bring back his boyfriend to duel him. Like, that's why.
If you think about it, this is also kind of crazy. He built a robot with small enough hands to assemble the Millennium Puzzle. That's very hard to do. He isn't directing it either. It's just...
It's automatically doing it, and it's explaining what it's doing. And Kaiba's like, why are you explaining this to me? I designed you. And the robot's like, because you programmed me to stroke your ego, you fuck.
It's great.
This whole scene is kind of awesome.
Oh, but I wanted to talk about this scene, actually.
Yeah.
So this is why I wanted to mention. This is what I want to mention with Duke. By the way, the space elevator is my favorite thing in this movie. His reasons for building it are absurd, and then fucking later. Okay,
when Chekhov,
just
we'll get
let's
to it,
hold
we'll
on
get
to
to
it. I just want to hold on to it.
No,
it's amazing. So if somebody unworthy assembles the puzzle, which doesn't happen because the puzzle's really hard to assemble, but at one point in the manga it broke, and Yugi had it assembled except for like one piece, and Duke's dad tried to put it together and was like trapped within its maze. So somebody unworthy cannot assemble the puzzle, or else they're trapped within its labyrinth, okay? Having a robot do it kind of feels like the Thor's hammer on an elevator argument from Avengers 2.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, what would have happened if it had put the last piece in? Or what would have happened if Kaiba had put the last piece in? I don't know.
So here's the thing, right, is the puzzle itself is no longer magical.
That's
anymore.
true.
Like, it's still really fucking hard to solve.
Actually, this is a bit that I feel like is often forgot. The puzzle grants wishes. It actually grants one wish.
Oh, okay.
The puzzle will grant one wish from the person who
Yugi
puts it
wished
together.
for a friend.
Yugi wishes to have friends. Actually, here's the kind of sick thing, is Bakura wished the same thing.
Oh no!
Bakura, while he was playing his game with his friends, he like wished that they could always be playing the game together. And so the Spirit of the Ring started trapping his friends in the game.
Oh no.
And that's why he had to move.
Them's the breaks, you know? All these kids keep disappearing when they become friends with your demon child, so you have to leave.
I actually think Bakura has a sister. Speaking of siblings, we just never meet her because he had to move away from his family. But she might not exist in the current continuity anyway, what with the other retconning around Bakura. So yeah, now no wishes are granted. Maybe the puzzle isn't even magic because there's, we'll get to the bit where nothing magical happens, but the point is nothing magical seems to happen around the puzzle. Then I feel like we're with Joey, Bakura, and Agami.
Well, so something we kind of forgot to mention is that Agami, like, semi sort of timidly challenged Yugi to a duel, so that's what they're all gonna go do, is have this duel.
Yes, they're gonna have like a little
just a little tournament, right? All
just
five friends.
just a little, like, a friendly tournament.
And this Agami guy.
Just friends and also Agami. So, did you know that Agami wanted to kill Bakura?
Oh, I didn't, but it's one of those things where I was like, oh, sure, I guess this is happening now. I don't think it's a plot twist necessarily, so much as it's like like kind of like just like another facet of his character development. It is interesting.
I think the reason why I thought of it as a plot twist is because I remember the Yu-Gi-Oh! TV show. So Shoddy, throughout all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! TV show, was a ghost.
Yes, I remember him.
But it was not revealed that he was a ghost until like the last season.
Oh.
Where he says that he was killed by the spirit of the ring. I had always taken that to mean that Shoddy was a very old ghost, but he's actually not, apparently.
He's a modern-day Egyptian, with an Egyptian accent and everything.
Yeah, I guess he's the only Egyptian in the dub who actually has an Egyptian accent.
Yeah.
Even though there are kind of a lot of Egyptians in the dub. Well, in the sub, I bet they all just sound Japanese, too, to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair.
I don't know how easy it is to find an Egyptian voice actor across any country's boundaries or whatever. Point is,
it's hard.
Point is, Shoddy, he was killed by the spirit of the ring, but he left the world when attempted. He was still around. He was still protecting the stone, the sacred stone.
Yeah.
Until that whole place collapsed in and the stone was destroyed. So I thought, when I first saw this movie, and I think I was supposed to think that Diva Origami, it's bad when they have two names because I want to make it clear that they're the same person.
Yeah.
That Diva wanted to kill Yugi for, like, releasing Shoddy's soul.
Yes.
But it turns out he wants to kill Bakura because Bakura fucking killed him when he was a kid.
When he was a kid. So we have this flashback, sort of. Well, so we start having a flashback.
This is actually a very well set up flashback because it only does half and then it cuts and then like Bakura like can't anymore and then Igami makes him do the rest of it.
Well, before he makes him do the rest of it, right? Like he fucking kills Joey.
He does. So let's do killing Joey and then we'll get to the flashback.
Yeah, so we'll get to the flashback. Well, wait. Before any of this happens, Yugi is home alone. His grandpa has just closed up the game store, and a tiny child covered in Egyptian symbology walks and just starts talking to him casually. And he's just
and he like does not freak out, which is good on you, Yugi. Then again, I guess he's kind of used to people just showing up.
I'm used to all of this Egyptian magic just showing up in my life. She gives him a piece of the Millennium Puzzle. And he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
What? Like that. He does exactly that.
Exactly that. And so now we cut to this whole, like, Bakura torture scene. And Igami kills Joey. Kills him dead. Yeah,
so he does a fucking Twilight Zone episode with Joey.
It's kind of an awesome Twilight episode, though.
It'd be a really good Twilight Zone episode. He sends him into a world that is slightly wrong because he can't remember things perfectly.
Because it's a world of everything specifically everything that you can remember.
And so like nobody's like looking in the eye and like their faces are wrong. And in my mind, the part that actually would make it kind of a weaker Twilight Zone episode is the world starts to be destroyed. But if it was more like he's walking through this world and nothing's quite right, that would be like a real good Twilight Zone episode.
Well, and that's the thing, right, is as you get older, you start forgetting things, but because you're in a world where you can't make new memories, eventually you would just live in like an empty dimension.
I thought he was going to try to summon some memory he would never forget, like one of the many times he was tortured. Or maybe his sister, if it's going to be a happy memory.
Or maybe a member of his family, but no, he sees Jesus.
His dad's like a drunken asshole, and his mom he never sees his mom, so...
Well, no, I get it, but like you would think he would choose his sister, right? Like instead of,
it doesn't seem like he has that much autonomy here, either. He has to, like, walk through his remembered domino. He doesn't seem to be able to, like, summon up any memories.
Well, and he does start to remember more. Like, he does start putting his memories into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he starts, as he learns the rules of the game, and Agami's like, but still fuck you, though. You're still gonna die.
Yeah, but he's doing better than Agami thought he would.
Yeah.
Joey has always had, like I said, he's kind of the everyman. He's the one guy with no magic and no millions of dollars or whatever.
So all he has is his willpower and his friends.
So all he has is his ability to go, no, actually, I'm not going to fucking lose because Ra set me on fire with his god magic. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna win. But then he dies because he can't just do that.
But no, I am going to lose, and I'm going to drown to death so that you can win.
That was actually the moment the sister took her bandages off. Yeah, so he's basically dead. He's gone. Goodbye. Agami... fuck, this flashback is so good.
It's really
I love
good.
this a lot.
It's very good.
Here's how the difference in flashback as it was explained to me in episode, I want to say like 8 or 13 of Yu-Gi-Oh! We first meet Bakura. Yes. And he says that he was given the ring by his dad when his dad had gone on a artifact finding mission.
Yeah.
How that was explained to me was, Bakura does not remember this. He thought his dad had given him the ring. Because that was a nicer thing to think than, oh yeah, I murdered my dad and also some other guy. and like really terrorized a bunch of kids.
And really beat the shit out of some kids.
So, Bakura, when he was a kid, he lived in Egypt with his dad. His dad has become obsessed with finding the Millennium Ring. Which in my mind, it genuinely seems like he might be magically obsessed with it, because that's what the Millennium Ring can do.
Yeah, it definitely feels that way.
He's like manic. So he finds Shadi's stone. The stone at this point, did it have the eye in it? Did you notice?
It didn't have the eye in it.
That makes sense. So it didn't have the eye, but it had the key and it had the scales.
Yes.
And it had the ring. So Bakura's dad goes to pick up the ring. It like tests him and finds him wanting. It jumps off. It like hurts him really bad. He's dying. Bakura picks up the ring because his dad keeps babbling about it. And it does the thing that was always like the grossest thing the Millennium Ring does, which is stabs Bakura in the chest and hangs on.
And just becomes a part of his skin and flesh.
And becomes part of his skin. And then he kills Shadi. Mm-hmm. Because the ring, the spirit of the ring, did not appreciate being
talked down to.
Being talked down to.
He also doesn't appreciate wearing a shirt, I guess, because he's just immediately shirtless.
Yeah, that was a fairly common thing with the spirit of the ring, I seem to remember.
Yeah.
Murder Shadi, messes up those kids, and I guess just bounces.
Yeah. Deuces, I'm out.
The interesting thing I think about this is we have never actually seen modern Bakura actually murder somebody before. Ancient Egyptian Bakura murdered a bunch of people, like, all the time.
Left and right. Bam, bam. Dead.
Yeah.
So Bakura remembers this.
And he's, like, freaking out, and he's, like, crying. And he's like, I'm so sorry. And Diva clearly starts to have second thoughts.
Well, because Diva's like, I'm going to kill you anyway. And Bakura's like, yeah, that's fair. Like,
yeah, he's like, I understand, I get it. It really sucks, that thing that I did. He was possessed by a demon for like 8 years?
And he says as much, and like Agami doesn't really believe him. And he's just like, well, you know what? That's fair. Fine. Like, do it.
Yeah.
Like, I just remembered that I killed a man as a child.
Yeah, but Agami's hesitating, and then his bud shows up. Who I wish I had written down his name, because it's like an American name and I should know it.
It starts with an M.
Manny.
Manny?
Yeah, I think that is his name, but okay. Manny.
But it's not like Manny short for like Manuel or anything. It's Manny, M-A-N-I.
Okay, so Manny shows up, and we didn't really mention this because they didn't really highlight it in the movie, but they did show it a little. Yeah. Is Manny has found the Millennium Ring. And this is important. The Millennium Ring no longer has the spirit of the Millennium Ring in it. He's dead. But the Millennium Ring is still like a bad thing.
It's still super evil.
I guess if an evil spirit is in something for 3,000 years, you get some evil.
Some evil hangs on.
He's wearing it, and he's like an evil version of himself. He tells Diva he's gotta kill this kid. And Diva, I feel like... Now, this bit I'm misremembering a little. I think he does zap Bakura.
No.
Or Manny attacks Bakura and he gets them both?
Manny attacks Bakura and Agami's like, yo, dude, Manny, what the fuck? Aren't you supposed to be, like, a pacifist and against me doing any of this stuff? What's going on? And then Manny's like, I have the Millennium Ring now. Fuck you and fuck this kid. I don't remember exactly what happens, but I think the Millennium Ring... Oh, Manny fights off the Millennium Ring's power, and tells Aigami, like, hey, I've been corrupted by evil. You need to, like, fucking disintegrate me and this ring so that I don't become evil again.
Right. And the Millennium Ring seems to end up inside of his cube.
Yes.
If I am getting this right, because the cube, inside the cube is like a desert.
Yes.
That we see a few times, and it wasn't clear to me at first was the inside of the cube, but I think that's what it is.
Yes, I think so as well.
Because that's where he's keeping the puzzle piece, too.
But when the Millennium Ring kind of transports itself in there, it also, like, totally dusts Manny and,
Right, and Bakura. That fucking ring. You know, in that, in the Capsule Monsters miniseries, the ring was the bad guy there, too.
Oh, nice.
It was revealed that at some point, Alexander the Great had worn it.
Oh, no.
And it had been split into, like, a perfectly decent guy and a real asshole. And when he was a real asshole, he conquered the world.
It's fair. It happens, you know? So, Bakura's fucking dead now.
Manny's dead. Joey is
dead.
He's running around a disintegrating world, which is not, like, great news, I would argue.
It's, I would say, a fate worse than death. As you forget yourself out of existence.
You know who had a similar fate was Mai.
Valentine?
Yeah, she had that when she lost to Merrick, he made her forget all of her friends one by one.
Oh yeah.
Until she was just like comatose with no memories.
That's pretty awful.
That's a pretty bad thing to do to somebody.
So at this point, Yugi, Tristan, and Taya had figured out that something's gone wrong. Joey left his dual disc in his bike in the middle of nowhere, and he would never leave his dual disc anywhere.
Right. Well, remember, it's probably the most expensive thing he owns.
It probably is the most expensive thing he owns, other than his sister's eyes.
Well, those are hers.
I just wanted to say that.
Okay.
So they're like running around trying to find him, and they find Aigami, and they're like, where the fuck is Joey, you piece of shit? Very aggressive.
And Agami is he seems to have lost it a little bit at this point.
He seems to have, well, I mean, he just watched his friend die, so that's 2 people dead.
Yes. You know, it's pretty fair, actually. But he's like, yeah, oh, your friend, he's dead. He's not coming back. And he's not going to bring Bakura back. I mean, come on.
And then, thanks to the power of friendship.
In the memory of, I believe it was in the memory of the clock in Domino City, which is where Battle City started.
Yes.
Atem shows up, and Joey is suddenly back.
He's like Iron Man posing and everything, and he's just back.
Yeah, and in a weird thing that I remember from both the sub and the dub, he does not mention that he saw Atem. He actually says it at the end of the movie, but nobody believes him.
So at this point, Agami's freaking out. He's like, but the cube should be the most powerful thing.
Yeah, he's like, I'm supposed to be all powerful, what the hell?
This cube has 2 more sides than the Millennium Puzzle. It should be more powerful. What's going on?
3.
And
4.
4 and 6. Come on.
Wait, no. The Millennium Puzzle has 5 sides.
How does it have 5 sides?
The base is a square, so
Yeah.
it has 4 pyramid sides and then the base.
Okay.
Are you not counting that bit as a side?
I forgot that it was a 4-sided pyramid thing.
Yeah.
That was like a D4. But I will argue that it is still 2 sides because technically the cube has like the little like cut face.
It does have the little cut, that's true.
So that brings it up to 7.
All right.
Not really a cube.
You know what? Asked and answered.
So we figured it out. Time to get my mathematics degree back. They took it away for 2 minutes, but I got it back.
That's how it works.
So, man, we still got like half a movie to go, and we have introduced so many things into this plot.
Diva teleports
and starts brooding
like,
on a rooftop.
Go brood in private. Actually, not in private. In a public place. And I want to mention that it's a public place because Kaiba's private police force kidnaps him.
He is kidnapped by Kaiba's private cyber ninjas.
Somebody needs to tell Kaiba that he can't keep doing so many crimes.
I will say, though, I feel like every rooftop is a privately owned rooftop. It's owned by Kaiba Corps. So he was trespassing.
And it should be noted, though, that the only reason Kaiba can kidnap him is because he's so, like, out of it that he doesn't fight him. Because he can teleport to anywhere he wants.
He puts on like a sensory deprivation mask on him, which I guess prevents him from like teleporting away or contacting any of his known child associates.
Well, remember that Kaiba is now established to build anti-magic technology,
Yes.
so...
And he also, at this point, is like, I have a Batman spy system, but because it's 2016, no one cares, and it's mine.
Yep. Yeah, he's like, oh, I know all about your sister. The person who does not appear to actually, like, live in the world at all. And, like, fuck you, Kaiba. How deep do you have to go to be able to find somebody like that?
Well, and he found her, and he got a great portrait shot of her, too. Look at this portrait. Does this... I love that Mokuba is the one doing the good cop, bad cop routine all by himself.
Hey, also, Mokuba should not be complicit in this. If you're going to kidnap somebody, don't tell the kid.
I think listen, Mokuba's been kidnapped a couple of times. I think he's pretty happy to be on the other side of that game.
That's a really dark thought.
Now, you're the kid, and I'm the one napping you.
You're the kid, and I have just napped.
And I feel super energized from that.
I had a thought. Sarah probably... He got that picture of her when she was in Yugi's house.
Yeah.
Because I bet Kaiba has cameras in Yugi's house.
Oh, he's got cameras all over that fucking game store like it ain't nobody's business.
Actually, yeah, the place with his rival and the one guy who keeps on collecting cards that are better than his.
You gotta. Like, if you're gonna be spying on the whole world, might as well spy on there a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
The cutting in this scene is a little weird because we go from that interrogation scene to just the middle of an intersection in the rain. Yugi's standing there and all the cars are honking at him, and then Kaiba's there out of nowhere. And he's like, I know you have the last piece of the Millennium Puzzle because of my aforementioned spy cameras.
Because I fucking suck.
Because
I'm literally the worst person.
Me being a literal monster was better than the monster I have become obsessively trying to fight the Pharaoh guy, Atem. You, but not you. Other you. The only Egyptian magic I, Seto Kaiba, need in my life is this 5,000-year-old dead guy. And he's not here, and I don't know how I feel about it, and you're gonna help me get him back.
That's basically what he says. And then he leaves Yugi in an intersection to get run over.
By fucking Speed Trucker 5000.
Why the hell is that? Like, he knows somebody's standing there. But then he's saved by Sarah again. I guess not again, he just sees her a second time. She saves him for the first time.
And then his box, she like brings his box to him, I guess, so he could just run straight over to the Dual Dome. The bigger, better Dual Dome Coliseum thing.
Kaiba's got a big old Coliseum set up. Kaiba puts on the most masturbatory stage shows.
Oh man, it's awesome.
Yugi must be so fucking tired of being forced to come to Kaiba's bullshit.
Oh, he does have a moment. He does have a real good punk rock attitude towards the whole bit, though, that I love.
Yeah,
like,
he does. But later he's like, man, fuck you, Kaiba.
This is when we get the like Jedi speech from the little girl whose name escapes me. Sarah, is that what you said her name was? That's when Sarah kind of gives him the whole like flashback of like,
oh yeah, we see her childhood.
Yeah, he's turning to hate, and hate leads to the dark side, and now he's joining the dark side of dimensions, or whatever.
Right. They do say that you can't be afraid because fear turns to hate.
Fear turns to hate, and hate leads to the dark side of dimensions. So, the name of the movie.
I got it. Thank you.
This is more for the audience, in case they forgot that's the name of this movie.
Well, unlike in Pyramid of Light, they don't say it a million times.
Yeah, they really don't. They say it once, and it's not even at this point in the movie. They say it a little bit later. This has got to be the craziest stage show in the history of stage shows.
Because people seem to think it's real, first off.
First off, they're all thinking, we're just going to watch this man die.
So a plane starts falling out of the sky
towards
them.
Okay, wait, let's frame this a little bit better, because right now it just sounds like he put on like a Saw movie for them to watch. So they're all sitting in this Coliseum, and it's a beautiful blue sky above them, and these planes start flying by, and then one of the pilots like loses control of the plane.
And everybody is screaming. Everybody's like, oh my god, a plane's crashing, it's going to crash into us. We are like fish in a barrel here. And then a fucking Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, is it ultimate? It doesn't matter, blasts the thing out of the sky. And Kaiba's like, this is how awesome I am. Fuck you.
He walks out of the fire and the flames, and the hologram, like, disintegrates around him, and he's like, look at this shit. I made this.
He actually says some crazy ass shit. He's like, if the person who made reality was in front of me right now, I would fire him because I've made better reality.
I paused and rewound and wrote down exactly what he said because it was so amazing.
Please.
He said so at the beginning he's talking about like, I've created something better than reality. Now we're only bounded by our imaginations. Why do we even care about reality? It's tedious, poorly designed, and pathetically constructed. If the one responsible was in my employ, I'd have them fired. All of this for a children's card game.
In a wild move. I understand this weird like G3 everything we're doing is amazing type thing.
Like Kaiba Core is the coolest.
Right, but in a wild move, Kaiba starts going off about the Millennium Puzzle, an artifact that 7 people in the room know anything about.
And at this point, it's like he's doing the equivalent of like if Steve Jobs walked up and started talking about the new iPhone and then halfway through was like, also, let's talk about like aliens and the fact that they exist. And I met one and I loved him.
It wouldn't even be that level because aliens is something people know about. It'd be like, what if he started pulling up? It'd be like, what if he pulled up 3 Sasquatch hairs and was like, when these 3 Sasquatch hairs are held by the same person, Sasquatch will show up.
He's going to appear, and then I'm gonna wrestle him. Me, right. Steve Jobs, the lightest CEO. The thinnest and lightest CEO on the market. I'm gonna fight Sasquatch. Oh, that's not fair. That man's dead. He can't defend himself.
Yes, and he's much thinner and lighter now, if you think about it.
I think he was cremated, so yeah, I guess.
Anyway.
So
Kaiba's like, first I'm gonna duel this kid, and then I'm gonna duel, like, the king of games. I don't know if we should, like, really highlight that one, but we're not. We're not, because it's actually about me.
And then the real show's gonna begin.
And Yuki's like, no, what if the people who paid to see this movie got to watch me do something?
Actually, I'm gonna, I love the punk rock attitude Yugi has here, because he's like, actually, Kaiba, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna duel him, because he just kidnapped my best friend, and I'm gonna get him back first. And you know me, you know the shit I do for my friends, so just let this happen. For once.
Kaiba, like, does let it happen, but he's very begrudging about it.
During this entire duel, it keeps cutting back to Kaiba, and he's so not interested. This folded, like, even Mokuba's getting into it, and he's like, I don't care. I'm not dueling anybody.
Yugi kind of gets tossed around in the first half of the duel.
He gets pretty owned. Things aren't looking good for little Yug.
But then he just pulls it out like it's nothing. Also, there's a monster that shows up that has an eye on his crotch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just talk about that in your sex symbolism class. Or your sex education class, you know.
Kaiba runs a sex education class. This? Pretty typical.
You see eyes all over the human body where they shouldn't be. And it's probably because of Egyptian magic. But I haven't been able to prove that yet.
If you see an eye on the forehead, that's definitely Egyptian magic.
It's super
eye
Egyptian
on the crotch? Shit. Maybe.
There is a head down there, so you know.
Okay.
I do love this idea of Kaiba, just because he's already doing everything else, also doing all of the, like, introductory seminar videos his employees have to watch.
Oh, absolutely. And there are so many explosions in those videos.
Oh, people are dying left and right in those videos, and he's just walking out of smoke, and that's just the intro.
Kaiba has a, I don't know if you want to get into either of these duels, like, very heavily.
They're pretty lackluster. The last one's pretty great at the very end when it becomes, like, plot stuff, but these 2 duels are fine.
I think the first one is is, like I said, I don't really like the dimension duel aspect. So
We just don't know enough about the rules.
Diva appears to be able to do whatever he wants. He gets to like summon monsters and then attack with them and then summon them again and then attack with those monsters. And it's not clear why. The duel that Yugi has with Kaiba seems to be basically to show off Dark Magician.
Yes, with his cool new redesign.
Yes, Dark Magician's cool new redesign. Dark Magician girl who looks the same, but then she has like sidekick.
Well, she's got like
cards.
a whole Sailor Moon class now.
Yes, she does. There are, I believe, 5 of them.
Apple Magician, Lemon Magician Girl, and
There is Berry Magician Girl.
yeah.
There is Choco Magician Girl.
Oh.
And Kiwi Magician Girl. They're all named after, I guess, fruits, and if you put the first letter. Well, I think it's like a cocoa
Everyone's
bean was the
favorite
idea.
fruit, chocolate.
If you use the first letters of their name, they spell the word black for Black Magician Girl,
which is who they summon.
So it shows some of those off. Kaiba shows off his different blue eyes.
Like fucking 5 new blue eyes that he has.
It's interesting that with Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, just having them be there is enough, but Blue Eyes needs a million redesigns. Whoever, I don't know if it's because people like Blue Eyes redesigns, or because the creator likes Blue Eyes redesigns, or what, but there are a lot of Blue Eyes redesigns.
I feel like it is definitely a combination of, because the writer of the manga wrote this movie.
Yes.
And so I feel like he clearly understands what people think and want of Kaiba and what they want from him and his deck. So I think it is a combination of the two.
He's just gotta keep on having bigger, badder stuff.
Bigger, badder, Blue Eyes, something dragons.
And I guess it's interesting if, he pulls out the bigger dragons so that Yugi can take him out with, like, his weird trap cards that, like... So, something I should mention about Yugi's deck is he also has a lot of... He's got the gadget cards, and he's got a lot of monsters that are also, like, weird magical defense cards.
He's got a trick deck as opposed to Kaiba's, like, full-on power deck.
Right. Well, the thing is, I don't know if you remember the Yugi versus Atem duel, but Yugi's cards were all like, he had the silent monsters, which are monsters that start out real small and then grow big, like Yugi, and he had a bunch of toy monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's really his go-to thing. So, his current deck is like a mix between the Atem deck and, like, the toy monsters and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a great bit where Yugi kills one of Kaiba's monsters, and he just goes, "You really hate dragons, don't you?"
Yeah, it's a real good line.
It's a solid line.
And it's delivered just deadpan.
Because Kaiba, here's the thing, Kaiba does not think he's going to lose against Yugi. It doesn't cross his mind. Even though Yugi beat Atem, and Atem always beat Kaiba.
Yeah, like every time. It never, like that escalation. Well, right, because it's the thing. He says in his like Shakespeare monologue at the beginning of the movie that the only person worthy of being even close to being his rival is Atem. And now that he knows Yugi isn't Atem, he's just like, I don't care about this kid.
It's just that Yugi could beat him, I believe. Yugi's very good at the game. Yugi's like, alright, I'm fucking done with this, with your freaking tantrum. So he walks up to the Millennium Puzzle, and he puts the last 2 pieces in. And there's this long, echoing click. And he just looks at Kaiba and says, he's not coming back.
Nothing happens. He's gone.
And it's a scene that I really love, and I would have loved a lot more if they weren't, like, surrounded by thousands of people, because what the hell do those people think is going on?
It's all part of the show, man, at this point. Or do you think that maybe, like, it's like wrestling where Kaiba is, like, announced the story that nobody knows during the promo?
By the way, we didn't mention, maybe. By the way, we didn't mention that Bakura's back.
Oh, yeah, Bakura's back. He's hanging around.
When Diva lost, Bakura came back. But Yugi's like, he's never coming back. He's gone forever. And he doesn't take the puzzle with him, which, that meant a lot to me. It's like, he doesn't care about it, because it doesn't have his friend in it.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile,
back at the ranch.
Back inside the weird cube.
Yeah, the quantum cube, which is what it's called.
Diva has lost, and he's feeling pretty lost, it seems like.
He's literally wandering around in his endless interdimensional desert.
Well, he's been betrayed by his sister, who gave the puzzle piece to Yugi so he could put together the puzzle. He has been defeated by Yugi.
His best friend died.
His best friend died. He doesn't really know what he's going to be doing anymore. You know, he doesn't know if he's still the guy who can make everything perfect. And then, that fucking ring
taps on his foot like the call of the siren. What's this? The Millennium Ring. He, like, teleports back into the world, and this is the grossest thing I have seen in a long time in an anime.
He looks pretty gross. Yeah.
Kaiba says when he shows up and he, like, unveils his final form, because Yugi's like, Aigami? Questioning tone? And Kaiba just looks at him and goes, he certainly has looked better. It's like, yeah, dog, like, he's being possessed by Egyptian magic. Give him a break. At this point, I started getting pretty hyped for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because now it's like they're teaming up, Avengers Assemble style.
This is clearly a better version of what the end of the last movie was trying to do, which is like, oh, Kaiba and Yugi work together to kill Anubis. But, like, Anubis' final form was there for 2 seconds, and also it didn't make sense why he existed at all.
And, like, this one, we get, like, a full-fledged duel.
Yes, we do. Here's my problem with the Dark Cubic Lords. They're not any more or less gross than the other cubic monsters.
The thing is all of the cubic monsters are pretty gross.
All the cubic monsters are gross. And if all the cubic monsters weren't gross, but then the Dark Cubic Lord was super disgusting, that would make sense. But the Dark Cubic Lord is super disgusting, and also all the other cubic monsters had eyeballs everywhere, and were, like, gooey and black, and they weren't good either.
So it's like, it's all bad. There's no good. Why more?
This is a pretty short duel.
It is. It's pretty short.
Yugi and Kaiba basically get teabagged pretty bad. Like this is actually, I feel like, the worst either of them have ever done in the show. They just get thrown around.
And I think we're back in the you die in the game, you die in real life rules here.
Yes.
So
right, actually, this is important. The dimension duels are not shadow games.
They're not.
There's definitely some, you have to, like, give some of your power, some of your own strength to your monster for them to fight, but if you lose, you're not gonna die. When Diva comes back with the Millennium Ring, now the Dimension Duel is a shadow game. Now it's like all or nothing.
And also because the Millennium Ring has access to this interdimensional reality warping power, as they're dueling, he's, like, sucking people's bodies into dust head first usually.
People are just, like, collapsing and dying, and what really gets me is, like, some people disappear, and some people, like, haven't disappeared yet, but they're gonna, and they're just freaking out, and all of Yugi's friends are collapsing.
Yeah, and they're all like, our fate's in the hand of this fucking child again, let's hope it works out. And also Kaiba. He's there too, I guess. So
Yugi and Kaiba, it's a pretty short duel. They do a lot of defending each other, of, like, summoning monsters that block the others, up to the point where Kaiba eventually takes the last hit for Yugi and gives him the Millennium Puzzle.
And tells him, hey man, he's our only hope.
This is it, all or nothing. So Yugi puts the puzzle on. He does not believe that Atem will come back still. But he's like, I'm going to fight you to the last. But then Atem does come back in, honestly, the only way they could have pulled this off that I would have liked it.
I was convinced, like, there's no way they could bring him back, because it'd be too much, right? Like, you have to, because the whole point is you have to let him go. But this scene is so cool, because he shows up, and, like, it's your boy, he's there. The whole movie has been telling us the rules of this magic power, which is the moment the Pharaoh shows up, these magic powers are gone. They're gone.
He draws one card, which is a real card. Let me Google it so I get the name right.
Okay. Yeah. And like I said, like, I should be very clear. Like, when I say silent, I mean, like, there's music, there's, like, battle music going on, but no one says anything. This just happens. Like, he draws the card, he plays it.
Fake Atem said stuff earlier in the movie, but for all intents and purposes, Atem does not speak at all in this movie. Yeah. And like I said, it's the one way that they could have done this that I would have accepted, because it makes it
it makes the ending of the show still mean something.
It makes it more of, like, a swan song than anything else.
Yeah.
You know, like the last bow before the curtain.
Mm-hmm.
Mahad the Protector Priest. I love that this is the card he played, because it's a good nod to the fact that if he comes back, then Mahad also comes back. Mahad was his servant and friend who became Dark Magician.
Yeah.
And this card is, if you draw it, you can immediately summon it, and if it battles a dark monster, it doubles its attack. The way the actual card is, it would have beaten this giant monster, basically.
And it does.
And I like that, because they didn't actually need to, they didn't actually need to make a card that would have made sense there. It didn't need to make sense.
But they did.
But they did, and it does, and Atem shows up, saves the day. There's a little scene between him and Yugi, but then he's just gone.
And he takes the Millennium Puzzle.
And he takes the fucking puzzle. Like, you're not getting me back again. I'm tired.
This is a one-time thing.
I spent 3,000 years in limbo, and I finally get some rest.
I get a couple of years home, and you call me back like, sorry, I'm good.
To be fair, he does have to come back to fight the fucking Millennium Ring again, so it's probably good for him to get rid of that.
And I want to point out at this point, this movie looks really good. This movie's fucking gorgeous.
Especially after you've just watched the other movie, which was so terrible.
The other movie looked like melting clay compared to this movie. It was so sharp.
They clearly put all their design in the last movie into that one Blue Eyes they made.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
And this one was like, what if we do 1,000,000 Blue Eyes?
We got 5 new Blue Eyes, 6 new Blue Eyes. You over there, new Blue Eyes.
Blue Eyes for you, and a Blue Eyes for you.
For you.
So then the movie wraps up pretty quickly.
Well, so we have a little scene there where Kaiba's like, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you he would come back. And Yugi's like, I guess we both believe in him in different ways. I have mine, and then Kaiba's like, and I have mine.
Yep.
Edgy piece of shit. The movie wraps up in like a montage where everyone's kind of going their separate ways.
They have the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan and Joey are crying during it. Everybody takes Taya to the airport.
And
that was at that point that I realized that she needs some female friends.
Yeah, like everyone saying goodbye is just like is an increasingly older man.
The one female friend she has is Mai, and Mai is gone. Like, I don't know what she's up to, but she's not around.
She's not in this movie.
And also, she was always older than them.
Yeah, I would have loved it if Pegasus was there for no reason.
Fuck, yes! Pegasus that's a weird one, though, because it's unclear, kind of, whether or not Pegasus is alive.
He might be.
In the anime, he's alive, and in the manga, he's dead.
He's certainly not bothering anybody if he is still alive, so you know.
Right.
He's retired.
Well, the second movie, the one that we didn't watch, was all about somebody going to the past to kill Pegasus so he would stop making Duel Monsters. But the past was already after Duel Monsters was made. And it was already after he was, like, reformed. So, like, this was, like, in the world of the anime, it's like, yes, Pegasus being alive is super important. And in the world of manga, it's like, no, he died. He died at the end of the first thing when Bakura killed him that one time.
We all remember.
And then, do you want me to talk about it? He takes his eye.
We know he left a hole in his face that normally kills people.
Big old hole in his face. Now he's dead, or not.
It depends.
And then my next note is just, fuck, I forgot about this part. I'm shaking.
So I'm sitting here and I'm like, wow, what a cute ending. This is really nice. And then it just cuts to Kaiba in like a glowing suit, and I'm like, what's this chuckle fuck up to? And he's sitting in a pod, in his little pod, and his brother's like, he's like, are you sure about this? This has never been tested before. And he's like, I'll be the first run. Also, Mokuba, you're in charge while I'm away. And then he teleports himself using the cube and his space station. His space station and his space elevator, because he, like, shoots himself down the space elevator. And I don't know, because this is like a Back to the Future moment? Yeah, he's got to hit the speed, and it all teleports away, and I guess he goes to, like, Egyptian magic heaven.
Either he went to the underworld or the past, but either way it is fucking wild.
And he's fucking walking towards the light, and sitting there on his throne, bathed in the light, is Atem, and he stands up and they give each other looks, and he like gets into his let's duel stance. Cut to credits, cut to the main theme of the show.
Hey, I want to mention something, because I'm not sure if we've got it across.
We need you to understand.
Kaiba walks through an Egyptian town, and then walks into an Egyptian palace, and then sees the pharaoh. He doesn't just go to see the pharaoh. Once he gets to wherever the hell this is, it is still a trek.
It is he like ends up in the middle of an endless desert. He fucking walks there, god damn it. He's Seto Kaiba. He runs for no man. Like, when Chekhov put a gun on a wall, he wished it could have as much impact as this fucking space station.
With a space elevator.
And the space station's there with him. This is the hypest ending a movie could ever have. Jesus Christ. It's amazing. It's so good.
How many years until the 30th anniversary and I can find out what Kaiba and Atem have been up to?
Dude, fucking
6,
seven?
Right? Like 6, 7, 6, 7.
2026, man. I want. Well, we could do a 25th anniversary thing, right? Or we could have.
It's such a dumb ending that is like 100% so aware of itself.
Like it's clearly like it's a. I'm dying. I'm actually dying.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Like, this is clearly like this is a moment for the fans, like for the people who love like Seto Kaiba and his relationship with the pharaoh, because he's so insane for this whole movie that it was either this or he killed himself. Like,
yeah.
Right? Like,
maybe the pharaoh will break his mind again so that when he puts it back together, he's somewhat close to a normal human being and he can go home.
I feel like at this point the pharaoh's like, if I break his mind again, what if he gets even worse?
How?
I don't know, man. He just hopped dimensions. This guy's mind. This guy he isn't limited by his imagination, right? He isn't limited by this pathetically constructed reality. Fuck, man.
Did you catch the part where Mokuba told him to promise he'd come back, and then he didn't?
Yeah. Well, he can't come back. He's got to go live it with his fucking magic Egyptian boyfriend. He's never coming back from that.
Here's the thing. He does come back. Canonically, he invented that dumb school in GX. The dueling school, Dual Hogwarts.
God, that's right. I forgot
he invents
about that.
Dual Hogwarts and makes Slifer the worst. Slifer the worst house and Obelisk the best house. Because he's Seto Kaiba.
Because he's a fucking piece of shit who can't get over a grudge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Thank you for listening to Direct to Video.
VHS.
I have been your host and Egyptian magician apologist, Tony Robusto.
And I have been your host and positive that all the problems in my life have been caused by Egyptian magic, Andy Reyes.
This is my favorite episode we've ever done.
It's pretty... I'm glad it was worth it. I was excited, and I'm glad that it did.
I was scared to do this one. Oh, man.
Dude, that movie was amazing. That might have been the best movie we watched on this show. In terms of just sheer excitement.
If you want to find us on Twitter, I am at TheaterBats, and I also have a webcomic that I do on inspiredbytrueevents.org.
I am on Twitter at royalty_Valens. I'm on there occasionally.
Oh, man.
If you want to fuck men, you need to hop into your dimension traveling space elevator.
Oh man, this is so much. It's so much.
If I ever meet this guy who made this show and wrote this fucking movie, I'm gonna shake his hand and be like, "You knew." Fucking modern day Shakespeare, man. Holy shit.
You can find the podcast at direct2.video, and you can go to iTunes or your other podcast apps and rate us and talk about what a good job we did talking about this amazing movie.
And how we were super fair and we were completely right and we've never been wrong about anything.
Mention that we're not racist against Egyptians.
Please mention that we're not racist just in general. But yeah, give us that 5-star review if you like us. And if you don't, give us 5 stars anyway. We really appreciate it. If you have any questions, any comments, if you want to desperately request that I duel Tony for some reason,
Yep.
You can send us an email somewhere.
Yeah, you can send the email to mail@direct2.video.
And a big thanks to Lee Rosevere for Planet E off of his album Trappist 6.
Oh, so close. But it is only Trappist 1.
Damn it! I'll get it eventually. Off of Trappist 1. Super good. We use that as our main theme. Ooh.
God, there's a part of me that wants to put, like, You're Not Me as our theme for this episode.
No!
But we probably shouldn't.
We probably shouldn't. God, it's so bad, though. And, what are we watching next time?
What would you think of Babe and Babe 2? Pig in the City.
Interesting. Alright.
I have heard that Babe 2 is fucking weird.
I've never seen either of these movies.
Okay, well, it'll probably be fun then.
Alright.
Oh, man.
Ooh, Jesus. You know,
Such a good fucking movie.
You remember that feeling we had after Balto 2 Wolf Quest?
Uh-huh.
This is like the exact opposite of that feeling, right? Like I am on cloud 9, but not out of despair, out of just like giddiness of what I had to see.
This is the first movie that I've seen for this show where I feel like I reacted just as strongly during the movie as I did when I was talking about it.
Same, absolutely.
Because I was like laughing my ass off or like freaking out, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Then we just did that again.
Oh man. I am the ghost of John Smith.
Oh yeah, and I am the ghost of an ancient Egyptian pharaoh. I think I made that joke coming in. It's been like 3 hours.
It's hard. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. All right. There are Digimon movies, but I'm not going to do that to you.
The only thing I remember from Digimon, I remember 2 things. I remember the T-Rex guy who could turn into a big evil skeleton version of himself and go crazy.
Only if you got like super sad mad.
Yeah, and I remember that I think this was in one of the later ones, but like one of the Digimon kids was evil.
That was in season 3, I believe.
And like made these rings that mind control Digimon. Like that was his thing.
Yes. He gets better.